See who's going to pop up. Bell Kings Fantasy Football League Season 2, Week 11. It's your man Tony D, a.k.a. the Random Multi-Broadcast. I got my man, five-man Rich by my side with the morning coffee on Twitch, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 05:30 to 06 a.m.-ish, Eastern Daylight Time. Rich, how you doing?
Doing very good. Let me, where am I? Oh, I got my volume. Hang on. I'm hearing double. Okay, there we go. I got it shut down. We're doing good, Tony. Thank you for having me up, as always. It's great to be here on Bell Kings Fantasy Football, and we're ready to talk about some football, my friend.
Absolutely. Any recaps from last week you want to cover?
The one major stat I guess I've been talking about last weekend, the Bills, God, I don't know what's going on there. We'll be talking about that, I guess. But last week, the field goals, there was last Sunday, 5 games were won by field goals.
Yes.
And then Monday night, when the Bills lost to the Broncos there, was it the Broncos? Was it the Broncos? Yeah, it was a field goal. It's just like
I got to start taking notes on this. I'm going to start remembering this stuff because you actually got to be thinking pretty hard about all this mess. Yeah, you go ahead and finish with that. Go ahead, please.
No, I'm just saying the field goals were a major factor last week in a lot of the wins and stuff, and there was close games. And I don't know if it was last night when we were talking with Brian and Michael Bathurst there. Brian was saying that there was only 2 games that were blowouts. All the rest of them were very close games, very close and contested games. They could have gone either way.
Right. I did notice a lot of injuries myself. Deshaun Watson's injury out for the season. Joe Burrow's injury out for the season.
Thursday night, yes.
Mark Andrews' injury out for the season. Let me tell you something. These are 3.
Is that the tight end? The tight end?
Yes. Mark Andrews.
Now, on that injury, I think that's a career-ending injury. I saw a headline on that. I'm not sure how true that is.
It's a season-ending injury.
I saw.
Should be career-ending.
Okay, that's more an update because I did say they thought it was a career-ending, and he's only been in for 6 years. I didn't read the full article. I just saw a headline there. I think it was Friday morning concerning that. And I watched that game. It didn't look like he was hit that hard. And
but his leg, the way his leg went,
and the way on the replay, you see how he's dragging that across the surface. And I don't know if that was artificial. Again, it could be an argument for a lot of these injuries are due to the fact of the turf that they're playing on.
Mm-hmm. So the whole thing is you got to recover. It's all about the recovery time and the rehabilitation time.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I will send that out to any and every athlete out there. Please take care of yourself. We want to see.
We want
to see the impact.
Well, that's a problem. You. With that being said, that's probably the worst part of football is the injuries. I don't like them.
Agreed.
It's just like
we always swore we used to want people to get knocked the hell out. Now we realize no, we don't.
Exactly. Yes.
Quite frankly, no, we really don't. We just want to see a decent damn game. But aside from all that, games were crazy last week. Y'all, please check your schedules. Please check your rosters. I know a bunch of changes are going to be coming up for a lot of people. We're going to be running through all those statistics, if you will, analyses, recommendations, and suggestions.
Gotcha.
Without further ado, I did send the invites out. I did share it out. So I said we'll just go ahead and get the damn ball rolling.
They come in. You'll see them, and as far as that goes. So
I know Brian is busy. I know Ted's probably busy. I know Ace is probably busy. I know I'm expecting at least 2 more to pop up. If they don't, I do understand. I know JoJo's probably busy as well. Yeah. So we're just going to roll with it.
Sounds good, my friend.
Absolutely. Let's see. Stardom and sit-ems for quarterbacks. Week 2023 season, of course, NFL.com. All of this information is going to come to you off of NFL.com. This is the league that our fantasy football league has been set in. Rich was not an original member, but Rich is a fellow commentator of mine who was requested to come on the show. And damn it, I opened the door for his ass. So y'all get from that.
And I appreciate it, Tony. This makes my Sunday, my friend. This, football. This is the highlight. Our second season together. And I really appreciate you bringing me up and stuff.
Definitely. All league members, if you do not see an invite, you have an invite in the league chat on the NFL.com app for the league specifically. Anybody else, I will send it to your respective platforms that you have requested. Yeah.
Okay, no, that's a message. She's on the phone if you can hear
No, I'm
that.
picking on the missus. The missus is also, by the way. Start of seven. Jared Goff. They recommend starting Jared Goff
Oh,
against the Chicago Bears. Yes.
That's an automatic.
Let's be clear. It's season 2 of Bill King's Fantasy Football League. It's week 11 of the 2023 NFL season. Unless you had just got here from Mars, Uranus, Pluto, Saturn, or Jupiter, this is a yes.
Yeah.
I think Andromeda Galaxy. So let me help you out. Jared Goff got drafted a few years ago. He's pretty good. He didn't do the best every way he went, but when he's someone he's doing good, you want to put him on your roster. That is our recommendation. Go ahead, Rich. I'm sorry.
No, I say it's automatic. Detroit's having a fantastic year. They're going to. I really see them winning the division, going to the playoffs, and they'll be one of those few teams that probably move up through the playoffs. I think, as far as that, this is a time the season where mid-season where all these games are important, and if they keep on doing what they're doing, they're going to more than they have a sure way of going into the playoffs.
Detroit has to win a playoff game.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's new territory
Where
for
they
them.
are at right now. If they win a playoff game, that is a successful season.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give them Super Bowl. I'm not going to give them divisional championship.
Win
a playoff game.
Yeah.
Your fans are waiting.
Yeah.
There are people that I know from Detroit. When y'all win a playoff game, if you're not from that city, I may not recommend being there unless you just came to party.
Right.
That bad boy might turn into Mardi Gras in New Orleans.
Yeah. And I've been to Mardi Gras, so that's a party and a half. I've been to one time. I've been down to New Orleans, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I may not have been to Las Vegas, Tony, but I've been to New Orleans for a Mardi Gras, and it was wild.
Party till you've been to Mardi Gras.
I don't know if I'd go down there now because of the major city situations and stuff like that. But then again, they know how to party down in New Orleans.
Yes, they do. You have the narrative on the screen for those who are watching. I'm going to keep it going. CJ Stroud of the Texans, they recommend starting him over the Cardinals. I do too, but I do see some issues with him this game. Stroud has been phenomenal as a quarterback, but the Cardinals, from what I've been hearing from a lot of people, they are coming with it. You just can't bench CJ Stroud, but just realize who he's up against. Go ahead, Rich.
Well, you're talking about the defense end from Arizona that might come into play for this game.
Absolutely.
The fantasy football projected points on the kid here is about 20 points. So that's I think, is that significant point wise for?
If he will get 20 points, he will have a good day.
Okay, that's what he's projected at. So, and he's been playing pretty good.
You want at least 20 points from your quarterback? Yes, that will be a good day for him against this team. Yes, that will be a good day.
I mean, in week 9, just going back, week 9 against Tampa Bay, he had 41 points.
Yeah. I had him on my roster. I know.
Did you? Okay.
I had him on one of my rosters. You want him, ladies and gentlemen. You want him. Hands down. Sam Howell, the Washington Commanders, they recommend him against the Giants. You have to.
He's making a comeback. He had a good showing last week, and he is a speed demon as far as that goes. So I would have to agree. I'm glad, and he's one that has come back from an injury. I just hope he doesn't get injured again.
He has to. You have to start him because who they're up against, and that's it. They're going up against the Giants. You're not going to lose against the Giants. If you lose against the Giants, it's it for you right now this season. You're just done. The Giants are definitely in place. And
I'm sorry, I skipped one. I'm sorry.
No. The Giants are in place.
We're talking about Sam Howell. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm back up. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. You got Michael coming up? I thought we were talking about Strauss.
No, Strauss. Yeah, we were talking about Strauss.
We're going to talk about him now. Okay, I'm sorry. I got it.
No, we're talking about Sam Howell. I'm sorry. We're talking about Sam Howell.
Right.
I'm trying to get the back for us. Hang on one second. Definitely start Sam Howell against the Giants.
Yeah.
But definitely you want to have him ready to go.
Right. His projected, let me correct on the check. Yeah. That was CJ Stroud. That was the 20 points. For Howell, he's actually projected for 18, 19 points. So that's still up there close. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Look at who he's playing.
Yeah.
So I think That's a given. I'm not even.
And he had a good game last week against Seattle. He had 24 fantasy points.
Gotcha. Kyler Murray of the Cardinals. They recommend starting him against the Texans. I'd be a little hesitant on this. However, he's coming back and it looks like he's doing good. So I guess on this game, the Texans will probably lose this one.
Yeah.
He looked every bit himself. The fastest dude on the field. There you go. So he's going to be a problem.
Yeah, and I can't believe he's not the normal frame of a quarterback. He's shorter than what did Michael say or Brian said last night there?
Shorter than 6 feet.
Yeah, he's Doug Flutie. Doug Flutie was never really, he's that stance, but he can move the ball. He can run. I mean, he is dangerous, very dangerous when he's running, very mobile.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now being joined by Michael Bathurst. Bathurst, what's good, man?
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear. Appreciate you.
Good. Okay, cool.
Loud and clear. We just started with the quarterbacks, literally. We're going down through Kyler Murray over the Texans. You know what? Go with this one. You got to think for Kyler Murray as well.
Oh, yeah. He's the man. He's the man. He is rocking. He might be short, but he's like a rocket.
Go with it.
He's a pocket rocket.
I told him
for
against
sure.
the Texans. The Texans are probably going to have an issue with this one.
Well, I think he has a chance of taking it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on this one.
If he's every bit of himself, the Texans got problems.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And he's another one that's projected at 18.9 points, Tony.
Gotcha. We're going to run with it. Start him. If he's back to his old self, start him. Plain and simple. What we got next? Joshua, there you go. Go ahead, Bathurst. Boy, you got here just in time. Go ahead.
Oh, I love him.
Joshua Dobbs is recommended to be started over the Broncos. Go, Mike, go.
His life is going to be in a movie soon, for sure. I can see it.
Mm-hmm.
He is in the right place at the right time.
As of right now, I tend to agree with you. Honestly.
And he's got the skills. He's super bright. We were talking about this last night. This feels like repetition is the mother of skill right here.
You know what's crazy, though? What I saw out of Russell Wilson recently, I think Minnesota's going to have a problem with this game. Russell Wilson looked like his old self. I think it was the last game they played. I was just like, whoa. He still got it. He really does still have it.
I feel for him, though.
From last season, yes, but right now, I think he's been resurged, Mike. You might want to watch this. Seriously.
Oh, no. I agree with you. I think he's doing okay, but you're only as good as your supportive team.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you have people drinking juice during your broadcast, you don't know.
You're right. And since it's mine, I'm going to drink all of it.
Josh Dobbs, phenomenal coming off of the injury of Cousins, and then they got that one receiver there that Michael's all googly eyed.
Is Justin Jefferson Alexander Madison?
Yes.
Yeah,
he's coming back.
Yeah, so
Am I googly eyed over him? I didn't know I had these feelings. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
No, I just you're talking about him on your broadcast in the course of the week. I was watching the replay and stuff, and I like it's just like when you have a major quarterback go down and you're able to fill that hole with a quarterback that it's just he's outrightly performed the last two games, and then you got some other tools that are coming in, and you're the one, Michael, that's always saying if you have that one little piece, you're going to be moving.
Well, they got multiple pieces. Here's the thing, and I love Kirk Cousins, right? He's great, but he's injured.
I respect him because he's endured.
But he does not have Dobbs' wheels.
Kirk Cousins has endured
Good
not only criticism, but he has endured the NFL. I think he just got hurt. This is the first time he's been hurt since he left the Commanders.
Mm-hmm. I noticed we have a shorter cast. Did they not endure us from last week? Are they needing time? Is that what you're saying with this endure?
That's not what I said.
Okay.
Just making sure. Ladies and gentlemen, start Joshua Dobbs. However, I will say this. Do not sleep on Russell Wilson or the Broncos. They looked pretty good last week.
You're not the only one saying that, by the way.
Yes, they looked very good last week. I dare say they're about to go on a run through the playoffs.
Golf Hawk says in the chat, Dobbs will struggle today. Ooh, that's interesting.
Golf Hawk was good. Yeah, I tend to agree, Golf Hawk. I'm not even gonna lie. He's man, please. Denver is trending positive. Look, bro, and I'm going to say this. That I think it was the last game of the game before. Russell Wilson hasn't lost a step. I actually think they found their meeting ground to where everything's going to work, and I think they're about to be on a run.
You know,
And it,
he lost like 20 pounds,
Good, but they're about to be on a run because Russell Wilson was moving like he just got drafted.
but he
yeah.
got off the juice during the broadcast, and he's good now.
Doesn't work for me. Brock Purdy, the 49ers against the Bucks. I don't know how you don't start him.
Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
who do you start? If he doesn't start,
Sam Darnold.
Exactly.
who do you start?
Sam Darnold.
Okay, and would that be better in your? Wait, he's got to drink his juice.
You want the truth? And I'm gonna give my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Sam will be good with them. I just don't know if they'll be.
I don't
I don't know
know.
if they'll support him. I don't know if they'll support Sam Darnold. Mind you, Sam Darnold's from out there. He's pretty much comfortable. He's in his environment, but for some reason they won't start him. Now, when he was at Carolina, he was when he was with the Jets over that first pick six of the first play of his very first game ever, he did pretty decent
Right.
until he got hurt. He had decent numbers, just under 20 points as a quarterback. Yes, he had the interceptions. I got all that, but I watched him play. I don't know what the hell's going on with him. I don't know why he's not up there, but for some reason or another, people just don't want to start him or trust him. I don't know the inside scoop, so somebody will have to tell me, but Brock Purdy's the man that they're going behind. And one thing I've learned from the 49ers, when they're behind the quarterback, it's over. I give you Jimmy Garoppolo, Super Bowl. I give you Colin Kaepernick, Super Bowl. Plain and simple. So Brock Purdy against the Bucks, hands down, not a problem. Now, we talked about this last night on Mike's broadcast. Y'all might want to recap that because we went pretty good into it for both sides. Mike has a thing for Baker Mayfield, which I don't blame him. I have a thing.
But I'm not Googling it.
No, you're not Googling that. The Bucks as a team, the team plays fine. The eyes are on the quarterback. Since Brady got there and since Brady left, they want to know who the quarterback is and how he's going to do. We just got to see how this game goes.
Can I ask you a question? I know it's a little bit off topic.
Go.
C.J. Stroud, if he had somehow not been noticed, let's say he ended up being the 12th pick, and he somehow ended up with San Fran, would he be better than Purdy?
Depends on the circumstances, I guess. You look at what he's done now, and you can say, well, what if he went here? The circumstances might not have been the same. He could have tanked, for all intents and purposes. So I don't know. I don't know how that would go. I think he would probably hold his own, but you take a player from one team and you place him over on another team. Is the same dynamics there at both teams, so that could factor in that he might not do well on that other team.
But
I'm not sure if he will. I'm not sure if he would do better or worse. I'm not sure.
Okay, so
yeah.
I know you guys love you New York teams, right? And I like the Bills, and somebody likes the New York Giants. But let's say you put Dobbs on the Giants. Would he have made as big an impact? Or is the offensive line so bad that he would have been smashed anyways and wouldn't have the time?
Who's the last great quarterback the Giants had? That's the question I would ask.
Oh,
Eli wasn't great, but they made it.
That's true. Oh yeah, good.
Great, but they did make it twice, so we got to give them credit. But the last good quarterback that they had, and that's a tough question for the Giants. I can tell you who the last good quarterback was for the Jets. It was Brett Favre. And before that, it was Sanchez. And before that, it was Chad Pennington. So as far as great quarterbacks.
Can we address the Aaron Rodgers thing here just for a moment while we're in that pathway? Did you know that he's going to give you some competition soon?
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, he's thinking about retiring again and doing podcasts.
He's at that age.
That is the latest. I'm serious.
Oh, you're serious about this?
You never know with me.
Oh, okay.
I feel sorry.
That's what I just want to make sure.
Is this real?
I will give you this.
No, that's part of the fun of being
Is
on here with you,
Michael?
Michael.
What's
Is it's
Michael
like you
drinking?
keep me on my
No.
toes and stuff like that. But serious, he's talking
He
about
should be. He's at
retirement
that age.
now.
But I did see where Devontae Adams is trying to come to the Jets next season so he can be there with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I think Aaron is starting to question
Feel the age,
his
endurance, duration.
yeah,
Yeah,
stamina.
yeah.
Okay.
Stand.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. This fool
Go
says
away.
I'm not down on this.
You're
If
going
you need a
somewhere.
streamer, Jordan Love again. I wouldn't pick Jordan Love over the Chargers. Y'all must be crazy. I'll tell you what. Y'all read that narrative. Let me know.
Well, is this particular pick right here, Tony? Is that just for like if you need a fill in and stuff? Because as a fill in quarterback, I could see using him because he's projected at 16, 17 points. And you do have, Atlanta, Indianapolis, New England, and New Orleans. They're on the bye week. So I think that's what they're talking about if you need a
I'm reading it
streamer,
as you
right?
speak. Um,
Yeah.
he came up with best fantasy week game since week 4. Threw for 289 yards, 2 touchdowns at Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh is highlighted, ladies and gentlemen. For those who do not see this and they're just listening, marking his 4th multi-touchdown game of the season. Good. But mostly this is about the matchup. The Chargers are giving up the most passing yards per game this season. They've allowed the 2nd most fantasy points per game. The quarterbacks you could almost certainly snag Love off the waiver wire and stream him. Let me also throw this out. All the other quarterbacks are hurt.
Someone else brought that up
You.
recently, quite a few times. Yeah,
Yeah, you.
a beautiful soul misunderstood. That's what I thought.
A reaching soul. Reaching.
We're reaching out to you, folks.
Jordan Love, if he's coming off a good game, go ahead and grab him. I normally do not recommend this, but based on the narrative, okay. Now, like I said, go against the Chargers. Yup, man, please. Some tell me I don't see him getting double-digit points this game. However, if he does, great.
Can I ask you a question? Just
You got enough
out
time?
of curiosity,
Oof.
we're currently on Restream, which is on sale right now at 50% off for those who don't know. Only
They
during.
don't pay you enough. Oh my God.
Oh my God! Here we go. Twitter and Mixcloud comments cannot be seen. Now, did you put that there?
Jordan Love is a bum. The only thing anybody loves about him is that haircut. He got a great clips. Rehab, you're in there. Kept the rehab is in the house. Another league member. Rehab, thank you for being here. No, I'm not putting it on the screen. What did you say, Mike? I did put that down there, yes, because
I like that. That's very good that you did that.
I have to because our Twitter comments do not get seen when I'm on Twitter. And I actually got told one time they're up there and I don't say anything. I said, I don't see a comment. Yes, Coachy Poo. Coachy Poo is in the house. I'll be damned.
So if anybody thinks that, just even for a moment that Tony D doesn't care about you, just look at the effort he put on the bottom there.
All the time. All of you.
He's
League link. I mean, the link is in the chat if
Yeah.
you would like to come up. Since the two of you swear up and down, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Get y'all there. I got time. Anyway, where was it?
I like this. Is this live? We are very live.
That's what it
Or
does.
psychic. Or psychic.
Come on in. He's a trip. Big ups to Coach Pooh and Rehab for coming through. Sit him. Quarterbacks they recommend you should sit for this week. Trevor Lawrence against the Titans.
They have nobody else to play at that level.
If you don't, he's projected 17 points on the fantasy football side.
He's hot and
that's still
cold,
up there.
but the
I don't
whole
know.
league's that way. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
How many people have been consistent this year?
CJ Stroud.
Not that many. Yeah.
This guy named Mahomes, he's pretty consistent.
He's been consistent.
Yeah,
CJ Stroud has been consistent.
Jalen Hurts is pretty consistent.
Rehab says the Titans defense is good. Okay. Good. That's I needed to hear that. Appreciate that, Rehab. I did need to hear that.
Even Brock has not been consistent, guys.
Zach Wilson, Tommy DeVito, and Clayton Tune have all scored more fantasy points than Lawrence in Week 10. While it was an especially bad outing for Jacksonville's franchise QB, it wasn't a one-week blip. He has reached 18 fantasy points once all season and routinely scores fewer than 15. The passer ranks 17th in yards, 22nd in touchdowns, and 28th in EPA per dropback. He has completed just 55% of his passes against man coverage, and the Titans run man at an above average rate. If the Titans defense is running man coverage like it's nobody's business, that's a problem for everybody in the NFL.
That could be a factor.
If you got man coverage on lock, big ups to you. Seriously. Man coverage.
Can I share something that's on point? And I rarely do, but this is on point. There has been, I guess,
you said you
mobility problems with Lawrence recently, and that he's showing signs of improvement this week.
He's had mobility issues. What kind of mobility issues?
I don't know. And the Chargers are tweaking their defense to feature star Derwin James.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. We gotta remember that. We gotta remember that. They say sit Geno Smith against the Rams. I can't disagree with this. I've actually got concerns about him and his numbers on this game against that team. I see their record, but I'm not fooled. I see the Rams record. I know what I saw a couple weeks ago. I know what I saw a couple
Right.
weeks ago.
He's projected just to give you the number 16 points for this week projected. And last week, what was it last week? He had 24 points against Washington, so he might get the points fantasy football
Yeah,
wise.
they're on the narrative now.
You know,
They say put him on the bench based on who he's up against. He struggled against the Rams. Yeah, he struggled against the Rams, period. And I do remember that. See, they go rehab. I mean, they go coach you.
I just saw footage of him, Tony, running in practice. He does not look like he's 100%.
Gotcha. Y'all got it, everybody. Sit Geno. I can't even say. They say sit Baker Mayfield against the 49ers. Now, didn't we talk about this?
I was the only person that voted for him.
Yes, you are.
And we'll see how crazy I am.
And his projected fantasy football points is at 15, so he's a little bit lower than all the other quarterbacks.
As you read this narrative, don't look now, but Baker Mayfield's in the midst of a very solid season. Big ups to Mathers bringing it up. He has thrown multiple passing touchdowns in 3 straight games with more than 18 fantasy points in each, just like Geno Smith did last season. Mayfield is really blossoming under Dave Canales' watchful eye. Baker's a reliable streamer in most matchups, but the 49ers are not that. I agree. See, both of our points were made right there, so we know what we're talking about. San Francisco dominated Trevor Lawrence and the Jazz last week and very much looked like the juggernaut we saw early in the season, correcting a shaky stretch before the bye. Stream elsewhere this week. You know what? With a lot of the quarterbacks who are hurt, I would grab him. We got a lot of hurt quarterbacks.
Why is that?
Injuries, which is natural to the game. I'm not going to call any weaknesses on any size. Injuries are natural to the game. You just don't want to see it happen. A lot of times when you're drafting in fantasy football, I try to draft in favor of my player lasting all season and not hitting any injuries. Now, the original roster that I had set for this season, both of my quarterbacks are going to be – one of my quarterbacks is already out, Deshaun Watson. Geno was the quarterback, and now he's hurt.
Oh.
So that's where we're at right there with all that. Go ahead, Rich.
Well, I would agree. The injuries are definitely a factor. We talk about that quite often and stuff. It's in the middle of the season and stuff. But I'm sort of scanning this next one where I think they have both the primary and the backup quarterback. You should sit them. I've never seen that before.
So we got next Matthew Stafford and Carson Wentz against the.
I don't think I've ever seen that on the for the quarterbacks. I've seen it, where they have start both receivers or something like that. But this is both the primary and secondary on the Rams, and we're saying the Rams are going to give.
Yes.
It just baffles me.
Yeah, okay, so hang on. Here's what's crazy. You get the quarterbacks of both teams that's playing against each other. They want you to sit them. That says a lot about their defenses.
But these are both quarterbacks on the same team, though, Tony.
So
right? They're both Matthew Stafford. I'm looking at this Los Angeles Rams and Carson Wentz. He's the backup.
See, Carson Wentz just got there. Matthew Stafford has a hurt thumb, and Carson Wentz just.
Okay. Gotcha.
Some of the stuff I remember too. So we got to catch all of this craziness.
Somebody hit their microphone there.
No, Jason getting something to drink. You got drinks in there. You can finish. You know that, right? Also. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your quarterback recommendations for Week 11, 2023 season. Of course, NFL.com. Let us now go to the running backs.
So,
go ahead.
We didn't answer the question.
Go ahead, Mike.
Can I just add something to it?
Yeah. Go.
I think as much as they try to protect the quarterbacks, and they have been, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're finding ways to still get to them and still hurt them.
That's their job.
And there's more, I would say, where they're hurting their arm more than their body. Remember, they used to like just grind them into the pavement, right?
Yes,
Where
yes.
now it's more they're going to do things while you're throwing the ball they know is going to hurt your shoulder, your wrist, your hand. I've been
Well, the wrist of Joe Burrows, I think that was done in practice, where before that game they sort of highlighted a strap on, so he might have been injured before he played that game. It just
They
aggravated even
highlighted a
more
what?
with the actual play. The Joe Burrows before he went last Thursday night's
You threw me
game,
off when you said they
he
highlighted
had
a
a
strap
strap.
on. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Go ahead.
I know I was thinking the same thing, but I'm glad you said it.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Oh my lord.
No, it just sort of gave an indication that he was bandaged up before, like some sort of brace or something on his hand before the game. And I guess during the play, he must have hit it somewhere to where I know when they were showing him trying to pass, and he couldn't even get it past his ear, and he dropped to the ground in pain on his wrist. So that's pretty
That was Joe
I want
serious.
I
Burrow,
want
right?
to bring one other point up if it's okay because we're talking about injuries and it's still kind of on point before we leave. I'm sorry. For all the talk about his knee injury, he never missed a practice and never appeared on the injury report. That's
Agreed.
Jalen Hurts. This is going to be the first week he's
Ah.
not wearing a brace. And I was
Oh,
wondering why he wasn't able to run the way he was running before. Because it'll slow you down. And
Mike, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up. There was a stat on ESPN this morning. Quarterbacks. Oh my God, what was it? Quarterbacks with the best percentage over a certain number of games in
mhm,
history. Patrick Mahomes is number two. Jalen Hurts is number three.
yeah.
Historically, with their numbers. Big up to them. Debbie, how you doing? Thank you for coming through. Let's see who else we got. Let's see who else we got. Running backs, like I said, start them. Saquon Barkley over the Commanders. Yeah, yeah. Saquon Barkley said he wants to be there. I know we discussed it last week. I don't see why you wouldn't start him. Gentlemen, your thoughts.
Oh, you have to start him.
yes. Even though he's not really too happy with the Giants, because I think he's going to be gone from the Giants. I was talking with Glick earlier
Yes.
this week from Nonsensical Nonsense. I think he. I just last week watching him and the freaking loss that the Giants did. It's. I think he's on his way out, but the big factor in this was permanent or primarily up in front there, the running backs. From what and you all might agree with this because I think you've said it before. The running backs didn't receive any love at the beginning of the season this year.
Well,
Gotcha.
here's the thing, too, Tony. When you ask us to start, are you saying if he's on your fantasy league and
This is a
you have a better back to put in? That's what you're saying. Not do you start him as
this is fantasy football. These are players that you should start.
well? See, here's the thing. We live in our own fantasy world, and life is just a fantasy. But we're back. We're back. We understand. Every week we're getting a little sharper. Think of it as a pencil, right? And you're just, you're molding us the end there with your little sharp. Okay, he's going to erase us with the rubber. I can feel it right now.
You know when
Okay,
you put the pencil and the pencil sharpener, there's always that one side that it tilts to. That's what you do.
yeah.
That's what you do.
He is depressed, by the way.
Who is Saquon Barkley?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he is a great quarter or great running
he
back.
is
Great running
frustrated
back.
because he can't play. I saw an interview with him, and you could just tell he was
He was
biting his
frustrated.
words.
The whole team is frustrated. The whole team is hands down.
Oh yeah,
To
that's
get ready.
true too.
Start Tony Pollard against the Panthers.
Oh,
Any
definitely.
questions?
No, that's no question on
If
that.
you don't start him, I put it to this way: if he doesn't make money as a running back, I bet you he makes money on special teams. He'll get the ball. He'll make it.
Oh, he does the special
Yes, he
teams
does. That's
also.
my point. So
Okay,
he'll get yards either way. Just start. Just start.
double threat,
Brian
double
Robinson with the
threat.
Commanders. Now this guy's name keeps coming up to me. Y'all go ahead on this because I remember him. I think this is his season against the Giants. I have no debate.
Well, his fantasy football projection is the same as Barkley, so I would say, given the fact that they're going against the Giants, yeah, why not
Mike,
start him?
I personally really like this player a lot, and I think he has immense skills, just not showcased yet.
hmm
He's reminds me a little bit of the Dobbs story where he's kind of floated around and he's just looking for the right fit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he is incredibly crafty and twitchy, if you like those words, and he shows forms of intelligence when he is in trouble, and he's
Mm-hmm.
got good wheels. He's got all the pieces. I think he just needs experience. Is he going to perform for you this week in your fantasy? Um, Maybe not, but I
Loss.
want to see him play.
Is he going to
Selfishly, I
perform for
want
you
to see
this
him
week on
play.
your fantasy football team, not in your fantasy? I got to watch how you say shit because y'all.
No, but
If
I'm not googly eyed.
Gotcha.
I
Go
want
ahead,
to
Rick.
comment. I want to address something that was in the comments from someone
Don't,
calling me a
don't,
fart.
don't, don't. We're
Uh-oh.
gonna keep it going.
I'm
Okay,
a
We're gonna keep
little
it
all
going.
right.
worried.
I just
I'm a
noticed
little
that.
worried.
It
I
just
love
like
the
We're gonna keep
tone.
it
you
going.
know.
You always know with Fireman Rich, I want to address
I'm
something.
just gonna
We're gonna
say
keep it going.
it doesn't bother me.
We're
Okay,
gonna
so
keep
it
it
just
going.
reflects back on that
What's up,
individual. I'll
Peyton?
just leave it at that.
Daryl Henderson of the Rams over the Seahawks. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. I got nothing against that. I got nothing against that. Anybody? Mike?
If for fantasy, no.
I got nothing against it. Rich?
I say
I'm still laughing at
I
the other thing, but
I
Focus.
no,
it's hard. It's hard. You know,
no, it's not.
when you
No, it's
get
not, Michael. It just
attacked.
go. No, it's not. No, don't even go there. That's not. I don't even consider that. It just go. It reflects back that to that individual. Okay, and I don't think that individual realized how much that reflects back. Okay, because I know firsthand, and it's just a
It is a
joke
joke. It's a joke.
as far as that goes. So
Gotcha.
carry on,
Henderson of
Tony.
the
Sorry,
I
I
Rams.
personally
apologize.
wouldn't.
Sorry.
If you're
Oh,
asking me,
God's sakes.
I would say no for fantasy. No.
You would say no for fantasy?
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Pertaining to football, not in other things, sir. You're all over the place. Okay.
Okay, this guy, Los Angeles, I don't know. They're going against
Seahawks.
who are they going against? They're going against Seahawks. Ooh, I don't know. That's in again. I'm always saying this. When the Seahawks are playing at home, they are tough. And do the Rams really have that much of a running game now?
Yes,
Compared to
they can. They can.
yeah. So I haven't watched them enough
They
to
haven't-
really
let me give you-
Tony,
base an
let's
opinion
just
on
be
it.
real for a second. The
Well, I
whole
saw a
league
couple
right
weeks
now,
ago,
there's
it's
there's
the
nobody
Baxters.
that's premier back. There's nobody. Name one. Name a premier back right now that's blowing up the league.
Bijan Robinson was.
No, but
Tony Pollard doing pretty good. You won't
consistently.
let me finish. Austin Eck was doing pretty good. And I haven't caught every game. These are just the games that I've seen.
A person who loves running backs like I do.
Zach Moss is doing good.
I love running backs. They have squashed the running game on most teams. They squash it. Every once in a while, yes, somebody has a good game and they show and you see the replay. But if you look at the numbers, the average back is only getting 3 yards.
The average back per game.
Is
It's
it really
like
that low,
3.3
Michael?
for the average back. I look at this stuff.
Wow,
Which is
wow.
standard.
Standard.
3 plays, 3 yards a carry. You had 4 carries in the series. That's the first.
So you're telling me Tony Dorsett back in the day was getting 3.3? Come on.
No, I said this.
You're telling me Barry Sanders was
That ain't
getting
what I said. That
3.3?
ain't what I said. See, now you're starting to sound like
No, I'm saying that the new day said that we have to fight a
I
little bit.
gave you 4 running backs. You ignored all 4. I'm starting shit. I'm trying to tell you. Zach Moss was a beast this season. Tony Pollard's going to be a beast this season. Austin Eck was doing good this season. Daryl Henderson is going to be one of the premier running backs for the Rams because he's pretty much going to be the starting running back for the Rams. The Rams are back to who they were from what I saw a couple weeks ago. They're like the Super Bowl team. Honestly. The team
Do you know who should be better this year? Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs?
Yeah, he should be better.
Well, once they're sharing the ball out amongst everybody, you're not going to have superstar blowing up numbers because everybody's getting their yards.
Well, no, but you brought a point up the other day, which is so real.
Which was?
It takes 7 people now to win a game. Nobody is solely taking the reign and winning for the team. You've got like 7 components in each team sharing the load and winning. And
I got attacked and
this
Tony's
guy. Hey, yo, will you focus?
Will
you focus? Will you focus? You.
Who's that? Who's that? Oh,
We
You-
did.
did you hear
We
me?
did as clear as day, and that's gold. I want to put that on loop.
Because Mike likes drum.
Wait,
Did you? I had my mic
No,
off.
no,
I
you had your
thought.
mic
If
on
you need a
because Mike's
deeper
listening.
option, Devil Singletary of the Texans against the Cardinals. You know what? You kind of want to, but look at who he's up against. I spoke on this earlier.
I love him. I
Yeah,
love
he's a
this
good running
back.
back. He's a good running back, absolutely. But look at who he's up against. That's my point. Yes.
So can you hear me now?
We hear you
Yes,
in our mind.
you can.
We hear you
Oh.
in our mind most of the time.
What
So
the frick?
Devin, I think, is one of the most exciting backs right now. Period.
Ladies and gentlemen, I be trying. You see what I deal with? I be trying.
Listen, there's only 3 of us. Calm down.
No, I'm no. This is interesting. This is interesting.
Yes.
You're hearing me
We're
right
hearing
now.
Why don't we do a
Holy
word
crap.
game?
What,
I'm
no,
supposed
no,
to-
no, no, no. Hey, Rich, I'm gonna give you a hint. Rich, I'm gonna give you a hint.
Okay.
That's why I focus on the broadcast. Just keep
Okay, go ahead. I'm
going.
sorry.
You are easily
Sorry to
distracted.
sidetrack.
You also like to
Let's do it
multitask,
together.
and it drives you nuts. Focus, damn it. You still working? Yep.
Can you hear me
Yep,
now?
we can still hear
Can
you.
you hear me now?
You leave me
Sit him.
now.
Rashad White of the Bucks against the 49ers.
Okay.
I
Another
don't think
amazing,
Rashad White-
amazing back.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to get yards in this game with that team. I'll be honest about that. Even though he's a great player, I don't think he'll get yards against that team this
I
game.
disagree.
Go for
I
it.
think
Go.
I think he'll do well.
Gotcha.
I would. I think he's on the upside. Remember what I was saying earlier about as the season comes to a close and we're getting to it,
Yes.
more and more of us are seeing that the younger players who heal well are really doing well. So don't forget, all these lines are beat up. Everybody's injured. Nobody talks about it.
Let me have my fun. Mike, do me a favor. Back up
Yeah.
off the mic so he can breathe. Back up. You just killed your microphone. Rich is still quiet, damn it. Focus on the show.
I figured it out. I got to remember I'm not on OBS. I'm on Restream.
That's why I said focus, damn it.
Oh.
It's hard when you get
Okay.
angry.
Let me see. Y'all excuse me.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, Michael, I am
Mike, stop stirring the pot.
furthest from the
You're-
point. Okay,
Stop stirring the
furthest
pot.
from the point.
Stop
Move
stirring
on.
the
Move
pot.
on with the
All
football.
right.
Rashad White against the
Football.
49ers, I don't recommend it. I do agree with sitting him this week. However, if he gets his yards, it will be impressive. Let's be clear. It will be impressive.
I say yes. I think he's going to blow it up this week.
Gotcha. They say sit James Cook of the Bills against the Jets. That's because of the Jets defense, hands down. That's because
He's another great back. He'll do great.
I think I think any running back going against the Jets, they have, if they say sit him, and this guy's a good running back for the Bills, and I think he has potential of.
He is only one. He's one of the few pieces that's working out well.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy?
True.
If the Bills finds a hole in the Jets defense, it's going to be monumental for them. I just don't know if they will. That's going to be monumental for them if they can find a hole in the Jets defense. The Jets defense is no joke. James Cook is a great running back.
His projected points are
I
9 to
think he'll
10.
get 15 today. That's my
Go for it.
goal.
There we go.
15. I'm saying
There we go.
15. There you go.
You're saying 15.
And record this, people. There you go. Who's
It's
next?
recorded, trust me. Dante Foreman of the Bears and Khalil Herbert of the Bears against the Lions. They say sit them.
I don't know. Foreman's is a beast, man. He's a beast. Have you seen Foreman? How well he's doing?
Foreman was good when he was. I think he was in Carolina, was he not?
No, he's been good the last couple of weeks.
But I'm saying he was previously with Carolina. I think he's a good running back. He just doesn't get numbers. Now it's looking like the duo. So now they're a duo. They got to split them yards up.
I thought you were going to break into Sweet Caroline.
It's not me. No.
Ba, ba, ba. Okay.
And Chicago's offense has to step up against the Lions. I don't see them.
Well, the first guy projected point 6.7. That's pretty low.
I say more
So-
than that. He is
You
on
know
the
why?
rise.
Because
He's doing well.
Cole
From what
Kim-
I've seen, he looks like he could be a premier back
Yeah,
if he
Cole
stays
Kim has
healthy.
been- Cole Kim has been getting pretty good numbers for the Bears out of all their players. That's their tight end. He's been doing real good. So that might be what the issue is. And like I said, they split the numbers up between the two of them against the Lions. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Alexander Madison of the Vikings. They say sit him against the Broncos. I wouldn't this week. Uh-uh.
No,
Mm.
why not?
Because Joshua Dobbs is about to resurge. This game might be the most exciting game this week, based on what I saw from Broncos a couple weeks ago, and what the Vikings are about to try to do with Joshua Dobbs. And then didn't you just say Alexander Madison was coming back?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Now,
speculation.
Alexander Madison is a running back. Alexander Madison is a running back. Over the past couple weeks, I've been saying he's a wide receiver. I got confused between the two, so that's my apologies again. Madison is the current running back, 26 total fantasy points, and he has averaged just 10.3 points per game this season. He has scored fewer than 7 fantasy points in 3 of the last 4 games, top 13 only once since week 3. That's a low floor and a very low upside for someone we expected to be a rock-solid running back 2 on draft day. Agreed. The Vikings have just 3 rushing touchdowns this season, and Madison has yet to score a single one. Now he gets the Broncos, who are an amazing matchup early in the year, but have been tougher as of late. Furthermore, Madison exited last week with a concussion, so he may not be active this week to begin with. Okay, he had a concussion.
Have you noticed too, Tony, though, this year
Uh-huh.
in the red zone,
Uh-huh.
it is almost impossible for most teams to get in.
In the red zone?
Yeah.
Because
there are very few, unless they have really agile quarterbacks. It's really tough for them to get in. I don't know why. I've never seen it. It's like a wall now.
Good. That's a good point, Michael. Very good point.
red zone defenses have to step it up because it's actually embarrassing when somebody gets in there. Down the field, you got a very spread wide open area. You can find a hole. You shouldn't find no hole in the red zone.
Like Josh Allen this year, when he shines, is when he runs in.
Yeah.
And they let him be him.
Yes.
And, you can tell that the juice is flowing in him when he can go into the end zone and kind of just look at everybody and go, that's for you.
Right.
Thank you. This is a personal gift from me to you.
Gotcha. This matchup right here, I'm a little skeptical.
It suddenly got very quiet in your house. What happened?
Mine is.
Who's that?
Probably mine. I'm not sure. I'm gonna let you all see the narrative and judge for yourself. And I was at medicine. I'm skeptical on this one. I don't know. Start him or sit him. You want to start him because he's on the team. He's probably going to be the man, but you also want to sit him based on what we saw from the Broncos recently. I think this going to be a problem. Ladies and gentlemen, those are running back recommendations for Week 11, 2020 season. Of course, NFL.com. We will now go to the wide receivers.
The wide receivers?
To who?
Oh, wow.
Wide receivers. Where are the wide receivers? Running backs.
Tank
No, that's
Bell,
fine.
man.
I got it, Rich.
No, I'm just trying to follow along. I'm like in church trying to follow.
This is like church.
Psalm what?
It's
you said that
satisfying.
before, Michael. You have
satisfying
said
for the
that
soul.
before.
Him the what? What page is
That's
this?
great.
Hymn.
What
hymn.
page are you on?
Wait, hang on, Mike. Hey,
Our
Rich,
first hymn will be. Go
I
ahead.
thought this was ordinary time.
Nothing on Tony's screen is matching up right now. Have you noticed that? Like nothing.
Start of Tank Dell, Nico
yeah.
Collins, and Noah Brown. Jesus, start all 3 of the wide receivers against the Cardinals. That's bold. That's a bold prediction right there.
Oh, that's
They're
right
all
at
great.
The top. Okay, I'm on page.
That's a
I'm on
bold
point.
prediction.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
That is a bold prediction right there. But I mean, judge for yourself. If they're saying start all these wide receivers for the Texans against the Cardinals, they're talking bad against their defense, in my opinion. They're talking real bad against their defense. Good Lord, Brian.
I think Nico
Wow.
Collins might be a little shaky because he just came back from being hurt.
We might have want to text Brian to keep tabs on these guys.
He's probably flying in the friendly skies as we speak right now.
Is it in Houston or is it in Arizona? I don't know where this game is at.
He was so excited, guys, last night when he was talking about it.
Yeah.
I would too. Big time ball game, being right there and stuff. And he didn't say where he was going to be sitting in the stadium, did he?
To say start Terry McLaurin of the Commanders against the Giants. Yup. Matter of fact, this might be a breakout game for him.
Why is that, Tony?
because he never gets no. He doesn't get numbers normally. He should be able to get some numbers this game. He should be a good clean double digits.
Do you think the problem is? Oh, we got Tim. Tim is here.
Is he here? Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Tim, come on
you're-
up.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
in the
Mother
private
said,
chat.
hey,
Okay.
Mike,
Yeah,
calm
he's been
down.
sitting in
Calm
the.
down. It's okay. I was gonna bring him up. I didn't even hear him.
Listen, I can be gaga when I want. Go ahead.
Creepers. Tim, how long you been sitting back there, man? My apologies.
That's all right. Just a moment. It hasn't been. I
Because
think
I
the
didn't hear
clock
a
said
beep or nothing.
48.
I didn't hear anything. So
He left 4 messages. One of them was, "Does he care anymore?"
I got distracted on the other crap there. So it's like-
Terry McLaurin, the recommend starting.
Thank you for being
over
here,
the
Tim.
Giants. Tim, what do you think?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely would put McLaurin in. He's someone I would put in. There's not very many teams I wouldn't put McLaurin in as long as he has someone that can throw him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I heard someone mention a breakout game for him, but I think McLaurin has been pretty solid to me the last couple years.
Mm-hmm. So
people are
even against the Giants,
can have their own opinion here. Yeah, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, against the Giants, definitely.
Tim, do me a favor. Make sure you make it on Mike's broadcast so you can get half of this energy out on his shows because he loses his mind. I'm glad you did. He got me.
I'm just glad we're all here together. Thank
That's
you.
a damn rule.
Yeah.
Jordan Addison of the Vikings with the Broncos. I'm gonna say it again. This is gonna be a tough game, y'all. This should be a tough game. The Broncos are not slouches anymore. I think they're about to be playoff contenders. Go ahead, Tim.
That could be a good matchup, though, as far as the team wise. So it'll be interesting to see how Minnesota, with their new lineup and stuff like that, goes against the up and rising Broncos here that have had 2 great games here the last couple of weeks.
I would say.
Mm-hmm.
They're resurging.
I think
Exactly.
you're
That's a good point.
underestimating
Yeah.
the dominance of Minnesota now with a new, fresh quarterback.
I don't think there's going to be. We won't know until the first quarter will determine that. You know, to see what the Broncos bring to be. They've been holding their own the last 2 weeks here, Michael.
Rich,
so compared to how they start,
how dull we were until Tim came in. You know, all you need is one piece. One piece, brother. That's all you need. Tim is the Dobbs.
You've been saying that all season long, Michael.
I can't take it no more.
That's a good
Wipe
one.
the face off. Jesus Christ. All right, look.
Dear Lord.
Rashid Rice of the Chiefs versus the Eagles. You know what? Super Bowl match.
He's amazing too.
Super Bowl
He's amazing
rematch.
too.
Significant Super Bowl rematch. Actually, both teams are still Super Bowl favorites. Seriously.
I think Philadelphia is going to get him today. I think they got him.
You know what's crazy, Mike?
Yeah. What do you think, Tim? Yeah, know.
Yeah, he's definitely a rising star, and I think I still stand by the fact that with the Chiefs, they're just so unpredictable with who's going to play. They aren't as bad as Belichick and the Patriots, but because Pacheco has come on a bit, and Kelsey, and Rice is the one that has been more reliable of all the other receivers, but Mahomes will distribute the ball quite well. He'll have 6 receivers with a catch in the first 15 minutes of the game, so you just don't know how it pans out.
Well, he's more or less a consistent quarterback, is basically as far as compared to other ones.
Right.
It's a very different season, though, than past. They're relying more on the defense than they ever have. Mm-hmm. And it's many contributors, which is what Tony's been saying, is common in the league now for wins, is you're not having a breakout star. You're having, 7 guys that get it done. So it's really difficult to double team anybody because you're leaving somebody else open. And I think the level of the league and the talent now is so high that you can rely on people to catch it in clutch. Go ahead.
You can spread the ball out amongst everybody. And I want to say that because people's contracts rely on the yards, the catches, yards per carry. Yards per game, all that good stuff. They're trying to make sure everybody gets their numbers. I'm good with that. I actually do understand that. It makes total sense.
Right.
Everybody gets their money. We don't want nobody broken. We don't want nobody becoming a millionaire. Everybody else mad because they can't get their money because you're centralizing on him. I get all that.
See,
This
I
guy
disagree.
right
I disagree with that, Tony,
there.
and I'll tell you why. Because if
Mhm.
you have the key stars and you keep
Mhm.
feeding them, and they have all these incentives, they have to pay insane bonuses. But if you
Restricting
keep
that.
it where it's evenly distributed, a lot of these guys don't get the insane,
You don't want the
bonuses.
insane, but you still want to get at least some of your bonus. You want every aspect of your contract fulfilled, and everybody's good.
The
If
other
we
thing we
want,
got to remember too is that the
Mhm.
owners are filthy rich, most of them, not all of them. There's different levels. And
Mhm.
when you have that kind of money, the only thing that's real power is to say, guess what? I'm a Super Bowl champion.
That's what
I
they
don't.
work.
I don't know if. I don't know if they do that, Tony,
Go ahead.
because from the perspective of the owners and the coaches, they want to win, and it's just like little league and pee wee. Where not this day and times. They don't do it quite the way they did when I was growing up. They put the kids out there that were going to help them win. So
Yes.
they're trying to get to the Super Bowl, and if you get your numbers, that's great. But as we see the resurgence or the evolution of a CD Lamb, where they know that they let Amari Cooper go to make him a number one. So they're trying to make sure that they're getting their money's worth out of him and that he's going to be able to help facilitate what they're trying to do. So I think when they have those key players, they will use them and focus on those primary players to get it done because they become that much more reliable, I think. And it's beneficial not to have 5, 6 players that you're going to have to give these huge contracts to as well. But I think at the end of the day, is who's going to help us win. That's
Yeah.
that's what I think. I don't
That's
think the
what it comes
team
down to.
cares about getting somebody a bonus.
Gotcha.
Depending on the team.
We'll see.
Yeah.
If we
Like
need
if
to,
it's the Cowboys, they'd pay anything right now to win. I agree.
it's because of the
Like
fan base.
if they have the bank, they're fine.
Hmm.
But I think the teams that also have the most money sometimes end up making the biggest mistakes.
Sometimes, if you need a deeper option, here we go. Jackson
Yep.
Smith, Jigba. Go ahead, Tim. That's your man.
Yeah, he could be a good option, definitely as a sleeper or flex if you are at that point where you need to fill in a spot. And as it mentioned that, the Rams play a lot of zone and he gets more looks, more targets than DK Metcalf does typically in zone or against zone defenses. So that could be in his favor big time.
I agree. Against the Rams, you got to take him.
Hmm.
You got to take him. You got to take
T-
him. Sit him.
Tony, can I add something that supports what Tim said?
Go
Is it
ahead.
okay?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. CD Lamb is 628 yards and 43 receptions away from breaking the Cowboys' single season record of 1603 and
I want to
11.
thank you for that stat. I want to thank you for that stat. You know why? You know how I harp on Najee Harris?
Mm-hmm.
I've been harping on CD Lamb since he got drafted as well. If I were to start a season, start a team, those are my two starting players. Two of my starting players. CD Lamb's first season, I was watching the draft.
Hmm.
And when you watch the draft, you'll see something in a play like that's the one I'm gonna follow this season. That's the one I'm gonna
I
follow.
have a question for the room.
Wait a minute. Let
Who
me,
is the person
can I
that
finish?
holds that record?
Can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish?
Sure, of course.
Thank you. Thank you. CD Lamb this season is looking like Michael Irvin, honestly. If you
Hmm.
watch the games, he's looking like Michael
Oh,
Irvin. I am
really?
dead serious. You're not seeing the catches. You're not seeing the
Wow.
confidence in his play. Last season, I think 2 seasons ago, he dropped the ball a couple times. I'm like, okay, he's not going to make it. Looks like he's been working at it. Look at the number he's wearing. That is Michael Irvin's old number.
Dez Bryant, Drew
Oh.
Pearson.
Thank you. They are trying. You, and we all know Michael Irvin was the man back in the day. Let's just be
So, Tony, you answered my question without
good.
answering my question. There you
Good.
go. Oh,
That's how
yeah.
much I listen to you. Stop thinking
You
I'm.
don't listen to anything I say here.
Stop thinking. But honestly, CD Lamb, I hope he gets that record.
Hmm.
I will lose my mind. I will go get his jersey because there's certain players you want to see from the draft make it or at least hit a milestone, get to a Hall of Fame status.
So, is Cowboy Nation still your favorite hashtag?
How many times you want to ask me that?
Okay.
What we got next? Adam Thielen, wide receiver, sit him against the Cowboys. The only reason I agree with this is because he's with Carolina, and Carolina's a shit this season.
Yeah.
Carolina's an
Yeah.
absolute
Unless
shambles.
they
Adam Thielen is one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. Any and everybody out there, drop your comment. Tell me where I'm wrong.
Yeah, he's good.
Adam
The
Thielen.
pass rush is
Can
going
I
to be
ask?
too much.
Can I ask one question here with what's on the screen? There are a lot of people saying that Adam is slow. He is not fast.
He is slower. Yeah, but he'll still catch. He hasn't been the same since that one season he got hurt in Minnesota. You're correct.
Steve Largent was slow too. It's like it isn't even about the speed. He just knows how to get open. Yeah, he knows how to get
T.O. He slowed down a little bit, but he was still great to play.
Yep.
So are you saying Tony still has the ability to get open, even though he's slow?
Depends on who she is.
You say Tony?
Do you see how he did that?
Yeah, because you try to flip it on me. I'm not having it. Honestly, it's only because he's on Carolina, and they go up against Cowboys, one of the best defense in the NFL, if not the best.
Yeah.
Straight up. Gabe Davis of the Bills against the Jets. Go ahead, Mike. That's your
He's
squad.
good.
Yeah,
He's such an undervalued asset. They don't give.
He's a target that Josh Allen goes to and stuff like that. Depends on how the game develops as far as if they throw if Josh throws an interception or the ball's caught and then it's fumbled afterwards and stuff. That's the big factor with the Bills right now.
I disagree.
This guy,
I think Stefan whines so much to get every single pass. He whines all the time, and Gabe.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. But I'm just saying he's one of the. I don't know what you're disagreeing with. He is one of the tools that Josh Allen goes to as far as that goes. So, given the makeup of this game going against the Jets, it was somebody else. It was the freaking Philadelphia Eagles or the Dallas Cowboys. I'd say otherwise, but it's the Jets now. The Jets are not. This is, again, it's a rematch and stuff like that. The Bills are in shambles, but they're not in total shambles as compared to the Giants and Panthers. So they have a way of coming back if they get their act together. And I say do not count this guy out.
He's only had 55 targets this year and 33 catches. And I know Stefan is in the 70s something because I read it the other day. Mm-hmm. So it's...
Yeah. Well, I know what you're saying about Stefan as far as, but I think he answered to a lot of people, at least to me, on the so-called drama because the press they came after him to say, what about your brother? And he says, I'm not going there. He stopped it in dead. So there's some issues. I think that's evident.
I've been hearing rumors that,
but I don't think I think Stefan is not the whole problem.
The rumor that I've been hearing is that I'm just saying rumor. The Cowboys are very interested in having him, Stefan. They would love to have him.
No, I don't. We'll see. We'll see.
Well, but if they can get a Super.
Well, supposedly they have the money, Tim. They have the money from what Michael was saying last night. I'm not sure about the money. I think he's, which will make an interesting offseason there as far as that goes, because we know Barkley's leaving the Giants. I think Barkley is a clear cut.
Who's going to pay for him?
He's definitely. We'll see. We'll see. We were talking about that with Zach. Who's going to pay for Zach? Somebody's going to pick him up. Stefan, I don't think he's going to leave very quickly because Bills, they're still a damn good team.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, I just think they're misdirected, and again, they just need. I'm not a big fan of the coach, and I've said that from the beginning.
You just said that, yes.
And they're still.
Which I say otherwise. I think the coach is a good guy. Compared to other coaches,
they could do better. It's just not a good fit.
Gabe Davis was recommended as a player a couple seasons ago.
Yeah,
on coaching.
I think he basically has been trying to dodge the bullet by firing everybody else.
That's what coaches do. I got that. Now, here's the kicker. I think a lot of people are missing something. Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, used to be with the Vikings. Imagine the Vikings would have kept all these people.
Good point.
And I've been seeing that for a minute. Adam Thielen got hurt. That's why I let him go. I got it. He wasn't putting up the numbers after that season. He got hurt because he was a monster wide receiver about 3 seasons ago. He was the highest recommended fantasy football wide receiver out there about 2-3 seasons ago. Dalvin Cook was one of the best running backs in the NFL 2-3 seasons ago. Stephon Diggs, one of the best wide receivers 2 or 3 seasons ago. The Vikings supposed to be in the damn Super Bowl. Period. Matter of fact, and I'm gonna go ahead and reminisce myself. Before Deshaun Watson came to the Browns, when they actually brought it up to trade him from the Texans, when all that mess was going on with him, I said, had he gone to the Vikings, they would have went to the Super Bowl. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Go back 2, 3 seasons. Look at their roster. Add Deshaun Watson to it. Super Bowl.
But the makeups 2, 3 years ago, are we talking now though, Tony? Is
It's not the same team.
Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook, Stephon Diggs, Alexander Madison. All they needed was another quarterback, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
They could have done the trade with the trade that was out there. They would have been a monster. The Minnesota Vikings would have been. I think a bunch of us would have had to go out there and get them.
That is a good point. Those are good points. Yeah. Tim, what do you think today? You're kind of quiet for you. I'm sorry. You trying to find a moment?
Oh yeah, I'm just taking it in now. So as far as Gabe Davis or the Vikings winning the Super Bowl with Deshaun Watson.
I like that. I like that. Right now, Gabe Davis against the Jets, his issue is going to be that Jets defense. I'm going to stick to it. If the Bills
Tony, have you ever heard of the word sarcasm?
Yeah, you do it all the time.
If
the Bills are in shambles and the Jets defense is 100%, the Bills going to lose this game. I'll go ahead and say it. Y'all mark that. Well, what time is this? We're at minute 05, minute 06. I said it. What is Rich doing?
I lost connection somehow.
No, okay, cool.
It might be my
internet. Spots on the screen.
Yes,
you're still on the screen. We hear you.
You hear me?
We hear you.
Okay.
So don't say anything vulgar. Thank you.
George Pickens.
Carry on.
I'm gonna say yes. I don't think the Browns players or the Steelers players are gonna get a bunch of fantasy points. I'll throw it out there. I'll take the shot. This will be my risk of the week. Neither one of those teams are gonna put up a bunch of fantasy points. I see a low scoring game.
Yeah.
That could be. Yeah. Could be a good matchup.
Go ahead, Tim.
I was gonna say I would sit him myself. It's not even just the Browns. It's just the fact that it's so unpredictable over there in Pittsburgh who they use, and he doesn't really get the looks like the other players do.
Oh, yeah.
So
Okay.
I wouldn't go with him.
Projected fantasy football points 6.4, which is very low. It's low for a receiver.
It's boom or bust.
Yeah.
For the Steelers, it is. And
Good
for the
point.
Browns. Go ahead. You all right? All right. Bye bye. Both teams boom and bust. Absolutely. Sit Calvin Ridley of the Jaguars against Texas. Holy shit. This ball. None, Jason.
Tony, if you need to deal with that, we can dance by ourselves for a few minutes if you need to.
I wouldn't sit Calvin Ridley.
You would not?
No.
The Jaguars?
On the team. He got booted from that team. I wouldn't sit Calvin Ridley. And he used to be on the Falcons. And he's a former wide receiver for now Alabama Crimson Tide, if I remember correctly. Yeah, sit him in.
Yeah, he was.
Team, you want to talk about his quarterback. You're going to talk about taking defense. I got all that. This is one of those players you will go ahead and take a risk on. I'll take a risk on Calvin Ridley on this game. Gentlemen, your thought.
You said he used to be a Titan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's interesting.
Ridley did?
Mm-hmm. Last season or the season before. Y'all check that, please.
Because I don't remember him going to the Titans. He was out of the league for a little while. He got suspended, or he took a perfect time.
Guess what team he was on when that happened?
Oh, I thought he left from the Falcons. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he left the Falcons, went to the Titans.
He's only 28, by the way.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Keep going. Now,
I think him coming back, just kind of getting back into the league now, after what he was dealing with and working through.
Mm-hmm.
The Jaguars, they have enough talent to not have to use him. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what makes it risky for me in my mind. He would be one of
Yeah, and
the last options I will go with because he still seems
his
to be
season
settling
stats
in.
also are he
Love
has 52 reception yards and only 3.9 receives, and I don't know where you get point 0.2 of a touchdown, but his stats are not all that great
it. Mm-mm.
on
Mm-mm.
in the fantasy. So
He was one of the premier wide receivers on the Falcons.
Oh yeah, he was he was the top guy at that point. Like you said, 2 or 3 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
he was the man. Absolute no brainer that you
Mm-hmm.
were going to start Calvin Ridley in a game, no matter who they played. But now, just with everyone that they have,
Does
Kirk.
anybody have Mike? Is that
Uh-huh.
you? Is that you or was that the Mrs. Rich?
no, that was Bug, one of our 5 cats that are in the house. Sorry about that.
Oh
Good.
wow,
Does anybody know if Calvin Ridley having any recent injuries?
I don't.
They're not mentioning them. If he does,
So
I don't see it.
this is my problem, and I said I'll take this as a risk. I would start him. I wouldn't sit him. I wouldn't sit him. I don't give a damn who he's up against. Mainly because I based that on watching him play. We got a lot of players we can only watch stats because we can't catch every game. I've actually seen this guy play. I've seen him on the field.
You know, I'm looking. I'm
Numbers.
looking at that game,
Mm-hmm.
and there are so many people with knee injuries on both sides.
Yes. Now here's the kicker. You got him and Christian Kirk wideouts.
Mhm.
They're gonna look like the Buccaneers wideouts this game. Mike Evans and Godwin.
Mhm.
They're gonna
Right.
look like those two this game. Watch what I tell you. Somebody, if anybody can catch this game, y'all let me know if I'm wrong next week.
So
Please.
72% of the audience, you know, we're talking just the general public, are saying that they feel that Jacksonville is going to win. 72%.
They don't understand the Titans defense. And we just got told that I just got told that myself the past 30 minutes. I didn't realize the Titans defense was that good. This may be a credit to the Titans defense, but Calvin Ridley is an elite. Calvin Ridley is the receiver Amari Cooper is. He's the receiver CeeDee Lamb is. He's the receiver Adam Thielen was. He's the receiver Devontae Adams is. Calvin Ridley is one of those top receivers. I dare say, no disrespect to NFL.com, all of you out there, sit him if you want to. Leave him on the waiver wire if you want to. I'll grab his ass and start him in front of your face.
But does he have the chemistry though? Because he needs to have the right chemistry with the quarterback. I'm not totally sure he has the chemistry yet.
Lawrence ain't no dummy. All he got to do is see how Calvin Ridley's going to be against that secondary. I'll give you Calvin Ridley 2 touchdowns.
But see,
Touchdown.
Tim
I'll
is
pull
bringing
Tim.
up
Write
an
me
amazing
down,
point.
Write me down, Tim. You can hashtag me on Twitter if I'm wrong. Go ahead and put it out there. Write me down. He'll get 2 touchdowns this game.
2 touchdowns for Calvin. All right, let me write that.
Tim is right though. Like part of the reason it's that Dobbs story is so incredible is he has chemistry with the receivers already in 2 weeks.
Yes.
That's unheard of.
You know what's crazy, Mike? Let me jump in. You know what? I'm going to delete my own shit. Fuck it. Baker Mayfield went to the Rams. The next day, he won a game with them.
Yeah.
Chemistry, I give you 100%. Calvin Ridley, you got him as a wide receiver. The defense, and he knows that too.
I think with Dobbs, Dobbs is playing sandlot football, and he's able to thrive because he's been such a journeyman these past few years that there's nothing to lose. He knows he's being brought in to fill a void, so he's playing with, I guess I would say, reckless abandon. There's no fear of losing his position, so he's just doing whatever it is he feels like he needs to do to try to win. And I think that freedom is allowing him to be as creative and flexible as he's being, and they're just creating on the fly with a lot of that. Because he hadn't had time to really learn the playbook to the level that you would expect someone to understand it, to have timing the way that they need to have it. So I think he's just making it happen on the fly because
that's funny you say that, because if you look at the response of the coach, because they did that the other day, and the coach is like, his head spinning around. He's like going, what the hell is he doing? And he gets in the end zone and goes, why not? That works.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your wide receiver recommendations for Week 11, 2022 season. Of course, NFL.com, and we now go to Mike's favorite area, tight ends. Oh, boy.
Tight ends.
I threw Mike out there. I did. That was my fault.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Well, before we go to the tight ends, the one tight end that Michael always gives us update on the tight end there that one of the that's associated with Miss Swift.
Yes.
Anything as far as coming out of the concert that she did down in Brazil there? Did Travis have a good time, Michael?
Well, you know what I noticed? He missed his New Heights show. They had to get somebody else to do it.
Jesus Christ, y'all joking.
So he's...
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our Taylor Swift segment about Rich and Mike. Go ahead and go.
He missed the show. He did.
Yeah. So
he had to get the coach to come. That was the only person who would come.
Yeah.
And so he did it on the flight. See, that's what Tim and I would do. We'd find a way. You know, if the key player's gone, we'll make it work. Don't you worry.
Figure it out.
And we'll figure it out on the fly. You know, Tim is really Josh Dobbs. He's
okay.
He's got nothing to lose.
Dayton Kincaid, Bills and Jets. I like this kid.
Okay, we're done. We're back. Dalton Kincaid. I got you, Rich. Dalton Kincaid started against the Jets. You have to. In all honesty, you have to. If you're a fantasy football player, you're a fantasy football roster, you have to start Dalton Kincaid.
He's a great player to watch play.
Yep. Let me throw this out there for everybody who's looking for tight ends and fantasy.
He's a rookie.
You do know Mark Andrews is out for the season.
Oh, he is out for the season then?
He's out for the season. Mark Andrews is out for the season.
Okay, so that's what I thought. Wow.
Number one and number two tight ends are Travis Kelce, George Kittle. Who will be number 3 in everybody's eyes is my question.
Ooh.
Number 3 tight end?
Yes, sir.
After those first two? Oh, my God.
This segment is brought to you by Carmela Z. Suarez. She hates when I floss my teeth.
I don't know if it's sometimes. Well, I guess it's spiny with Ingram. I haven't really seen what he's done lately, but the times that I did see Evan Ingram down there in Jacksonville, they would give him the ball. They use him like a receiver, like they tried to in New York. He just couldn't seem to catch the ball consistently there. But Ingram could show up. Laporta could show up.
Let me run with Cole Kemet myself this season. He's put up great numbers. I would throw Jake Ferguson out there. But Cole Kemet has been putting up some nice numbers. I would throw TJ Hockenson out there.
Hockenson, that would be him. He would be the one.
He will be another one.
He's my number 6.
Hockenson?
Yeah, he's number 6.
I'm not mad at you for that top 10 at the very least. I'm not mad at you for that.
You guys are forgetting a really amazing tight end, Darren Waller.
But
IR.
I never forgot.
He's on IR.
And there's a guy from New York here or in the area who is a diehard fan. I think his name is Fireman Rich. He hasn't moved much in the. What do you think with Darren Waller? You
got Darren Waller. You also got John Lou Smith. I never forget those two. John Lou Smith is a great tight end.
And you haven't mentioned Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews out for the season.
Darren Waller's on IR as well.
Mm-hmm.
And did you mention George Kittle by already?
Kittle and Kelce.
Yeah.
Kelce's number 1.
Yeah, those are the number 1 and number 2.
Yeah,
number 1 and number 2.
Kittle number 1, Kittle's number 2.
Kittle is brittle. That's what they say.
Yes, well, the bad part, he used to get hurt. Halfway through the season, he would get hurt. This is true.
Can we talk about very underrated in my books on a team that I know that Tony loves? Cowboy Nation, # all day.
Jake Ferguson?
No, Dalton Schultz.
Dalton Schultz is down in Houston.
He's in Texas. I know. I'm
Texas,
just doing that.
Yeah.
I wanted to see if you were listening.
I'm always.
I want to see. I say
you to catch up to me. This is mine. I got this one. You normally get yours. I got this one. Follow me. Dalton Kincaid, Bills with the Jets. Jets defense can be an issue, but Dalton Kincaid, I'll give him 10 points this game. Tim, write that down for me, please. Dalton
10
Kincaid,
points a game.
10 points this game.
You imagine though if they got him,
who?
The Cowboys.
Kincaid?
No, Dalton Schultz.
They had him. What are you doing?
No, but I mean, get him back.
If they get him back, it'd be great.
Here's the thing: tight ends are underrated. They're underrated.
Now you're gonna make me divert. Last season, the Dallas Cowboys backup team was just as good as the original starters.
Mm-hmm.
Because the backup tight end was Dalton Schultz. The backup running back was Tony Pollard. Your starting tight end was Jake Ferguson. Your starting running back was Ezekiel Elliott. They was ready. I don't know what the hell messed them up in the playoff, but they were starting to look familiar. And I'll go ahead and say it as an old school, with my old school Cowboy fans, they fucked it all up again. Sorry, y'all. We try not to cuss, but damn it, the Dallas Cowboys have been pissing people off since 1995.
It's been rough. It's been rough.
So who do you think is rated right now as the top? Just to switch it up a bit here, on the top of your head. I want to see how, because this is not what I thought.
I'm gonna start calling you the show blender because you're gonna mix it up.
Well, I'm blending it up, man. I'm keeping it real.
Mix it up one way or damn. Question. These are good questions, though. Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. If you had to rate the quarterbacks, okay, right now, or the rookies, which one do you like better? Which one would make you happier to talk about? Just for a second.
I'm not talking for no second because you've been taking seconds all day. You're 30
okay, well, I'm gonna go then rookie. Who are your top 3 rookies? This is hard.
Right now, CJ Stroud, John Robinson. I think Puka Nacua would have been number 3. Okay. I mean, Puka Nacua. I think they would have been top 3 right now for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right now for me, those 3 would have been the big numbers.
Tim, who do you think?
Yeah, I like CJ Stroud. I like Puka. And I still haven't seen. Let me see who would the third one be. I've been trying to. I'm trying to get Will Anderson on that list. I want to see him get up there. He may not be there just yet, but that's just hopeful that he can be. But I have to think who that third person would be.
You guys have not mentioned with the tight ends at all, and this makes me a little sad. Sam Laporta.
I thought about Laporta. I left him out for Kemet. But Kim is not a rookie, I don't think.
No,
I think he's on his second season.
Yeah, and let me say this. So, guys, so if I happen to have something on my face or on my nose, just let me know. I don't mind that, and I say that because I was thinking the other day the last time you asked me about the rookie, and I was talking about Aiden Hutchinson, and it dawned on me Aiden Hutchinson is not a rookie.
Right.
And
I'm looking at
just in case someone knew that and just didn't want to put me on the spot, just let me know.
No, I didn't know.
No, I knew, but I would never do that. I'm not like Tony. I'm respecting you.
We're pretty easygoing, Tim.
Oh, that Tony guy is crazy. He'll talk right over you.
Okay. Oh man, I thought about that. It's like, man, oh my goodness, silly.
I'll come on camera.
Yeah, I just use that as an analogy.
You're right. No, Mike, those would be my answers right now.
You guys are way off. How about Zay Flowers? Does he suck?
What you asking for?
The three rookies. You're not even on the same page.
Zay Flowers, that's Brian's man. Brian would have probably told you Zay Flowers off the rip.
Okay, and you also forgot Jordan Addison.
I would put Addison up there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put Addison up there.
I would have stuck with Stroud and Bijan Robinson. They were monsters this season. I mean, monsters. If Zach Monsters or if this is his rookie season, I'm not sure. I would probably put him up there. It's not his rookie season. Okay, good. Thank you. Now Puka Nacua, this is his rookie season, correct?
It is.
Yeah, and then he got hurt. So
he's
like
back,
I said,
though, I mean, he's back.
So what do you guys think of Zach Carbonet?
I don't yet.
Okay.
I haven't focused in on him. I haven't focused.
He is an undervalued asset, guys. He could really do stuff in the next 6 weeks. Write that down.
Gotcha.
There you go. All right. That's
Charbonnet.
Like I said, Dalton Kincaid.
Zach Charbonnet. And Charbonnet. He's rated number 8 right now.
Really?
Devon
for all running back?
Did you guys mention Devon Witherspoon?
We did not.
Cornerback?
I did not. I don't even know.
The quarterback, that's defensive. So we're talking mostly,
we're talking
Carter there, the Eagles, he's defensive tackle. He's in the top.
Defensive players a couple of weeks ago, and I haven't caught enough on a lot of defensive players.
Tank Dell.
Since Micah Parsons was getting all that rave reviews, and I watched him play. I haven't seen a lot of other defensive players besides him. I'll admit that myself.
Yeah. Do you know who's averaging 5.5 points? Which is not like super, but it's someone I don't really know. And I'm looking at it here going,
oh, okay. Who is it?
Do you know who that? Quentin Johnson. I've heard the name, but I'm not aware.
What team, Michael?
I don't know.
The name sounds familiar. Is this?
Los Angeles Chargers wide receiver. 6'4", 215, came out of Temple. Drafted 2023, 21st pick, first round. Rookie.
Yeah, I don't know him. He's flew under my radar. I've heard the name, but maybe in highlights, but not.
Quentin.
Yeah.
Oh, with the Chargers.
With the Chargers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's
Chargers.
a big guy, eh? They like big guys on that team.
I'm leaving that alone.
6'4". Yeah, I've
Bill
been better.
McBride with the Cardinals. They recommend. I've got no debate against this right now. You better get whoever you got as the Cardinals, and if Kyler Murray's back to his old self, you might want to get him out there on the field with any and everybody. And the Cardinals,
right? Yeah. He's a
Cardinals can be a problem to you. Let's be clear; they can be a problem.
Yep, I would start McBride.
His name actually came up a couple of weeks ago, so we're gonna see how that goes. Dalton Schultz of the Texans over the Cardinals. I got no debate.
That's both of them start. Yeah, they're going to be going to both teams are going to go to their tight ends.
Mm-hmm. I got no debate. Jake Ferguson, the Cowboys on the Panthers. I got no debate against that.
No.
Mm-hmm.
None. Mike, you got a debate? Yes or no?
No, not at all. I really like Jake too. By the way.
Gotcha. Cole, there he is. That's my man's right there. I wish somebody would tell me why you shouldn't start him. I'll wait. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait.
You might get stopped at the line with the Detroit defense.
Keep going. Make your argument, please.
I think he's going to be doing more blocking in that game than.
Why you won't make the argument? Look up his numbers this season, please.
He's got good hands, buddy.
Does he?
Yeah, he does.
Will he get free on that Detroit defense?
I've seen him covered by two people and still end up with the ball. He's pretty good. Yeah.
Did y'all see his numbers this season? Have you seen his numbers this season?
I'm
fantasy
checking them out right now.
Look at those numbers this season.
Where the hell is he? We're looking. Keeping.
I'm gonna pull us a drink. I'm gonna take my time with this.
Yeah.
That dude hit my radar so hard this season, and I caught him last year. So let me see what he does this year. And I'm hitting the jackpot with this dude.
I only know him through, the highlights and the highlight reels. He's really impressive.
Mike, I'm not being funny. Look at his numbers, please. I'm not being funny.
You're not being funny?
I'm
That's
your
trying, job. That's your
I'm trying
job. You're gonna be funny.
No, you're the fun. I thought you were the funny guy. He's just
funny looking, maybe. Funny looking.
No. I'm the funny looking guy.
I've been told I'm funny acting, but I think it's funny that they see me.
Okay, Colton Kmart. Let's see.
I love that name, by the way.
Projection is 6.7 as a tight end, which is pretty much average. Let's see, last couple of weeks.
God, he looks like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, he does. He looks.
I can see why people have problems
against Carolina, which is you figure is an easy team. He only had 45 yards reception yardage, averaging 55 in week 9, 79. So he's not. I mean, week 7 he had 0 across the board. He didn't even play against Las Vegas. So, so what stats are you talking about? Prior to the season, Tony?
Fantasy football points.
His point.
He's doing
okay.
Well.
Week 8, 7.9. Week 9, he went off with 17.5 points. Last week against Carolina. Now he only had 4.6. So
you're not seeing. Let me see which league I was in, because I had him. He was going crazy. I got to see which league it was.
He had a good game against New Orleans, but then the following week against Carolina, he had freaking less than a quarter amount of points. So I'm not sure what you're looking at.
That's fine.
I think for the purpose of tight ends, though, his numbers are consistent enough that I would be comfortable. I would be comfortable starting him. Okay. Because unless it's a Kelsey or a Kittle, someone that you can expect to just have a great game, most of the time.
Let me help you out, and I apologize to you, Tim. Please let me have this.
Yeah.
My ESPN league, week 1, 9.4, Week 2, 7.8. Week 3, 4.2. Week 4, 27.6 points. Week 5, 15.2 points. Week 6, 2.9. Week 7, 0. Week 8, 17.9 points.
Yeah.
Week 9, 23.5 points. Week 10, 9.6 points. He has double-digited 4 of the weeks.
Okay. Okay.
So
So
Yeah,
yes.
which
Okay.
is rare.
Okay.
Which is
Okay.
rare.
Now I'll
Okay.
put it to you this way. It may not seem like a lot, but what he did, and I'm actually, I think, second in this league. But this is Glick's league. Tied for second in Glick's league. That might be my why I'm crunk, because I got to beat his ass. I swear, that little motherfucker. But I was actually first, and I remember him. That's I'm gonna keep my eyes on Cole Kemet. He's had great numbers in 4 games, so it's 4 games out of 11. I give y'all that. Anybody who looks confused, but keep your eyes on that dude. I like what Tim said. He's been consistent across the board.
Mhm.
He's had ups and downs, but he's also on Chicago's offense. Chicago's not known for offense
No.
at all. They're known for defense. And
They
it's
were
just-
at one point. They were at one point in our history. If you go way back to Walter Payton.
Yeah, and they ain't done right since.
But it seemed like Fields found something though before he got hurt. So for at least 2 games, 2 consecutive games, he put up some pretty big numbers.
He's got 2. Yeah, he got 4 games total, 2 consecutive games.
He is one of those guys. If he gets traded, he could blow up somewhere else and do phenomenal.
He gets traded. You want to see headlines breaking up all over ESPN? Everybody, let him get loose. And damn it, the Jets call him.
Yeah, are you a big Chicago fan? Is this why you're getting so
Who?
emotional right now?
Who?
You who?
For what?
Are you an owl? What?
For what? What? Start Cole Kemet against the Lions. I'll take the loss. If you need a streamer, Luke Musgrave of the Packers, start him against you. That's only because we're low on tight ends in the NFL.
Tony, when I was a kid, though, Walter Payton was God. He was phenomenal.
Mike.
Back in the day. Oh, come on, man. Nobody moved like him.
Walter Payton was a man. I'm not going to deny that. That's true. That's true. Luke Musgrave start him against the Chargers. This is only because all the other major tight ends. You got Mark Andrews down, and everybody has drafted all the other tight ends in the NFL. When you got to go through the league and go through your waiver wire, this is your best option. That's what the streaming means. I had to remember, Mike has people who doesn't understand this, so let me go ahead and tell it to y'all. If you do,
Thank you. Football, see, you do listen,
but you didn't ask that. See, you do all the other stuff. You don't get back to that point. It's been an hour and a half later. I'm not doing this. If you play fantasy football, the draft, all the major players are taken. After that, you have the injuries. That's when you have to go through the waiver wire. That's where these streamers come in. That's where these recommendations come in. Some of the best players in the NFL, you will not see their names on this broadcast. You will not see their names in these reports like they were last year because they're givens. Travis Kelce is a tight end, given. He's gone. Kittle, given, gone. Mark Andrews, given, gone. People already got them. You need to see what your other options are. The hardest thing in football is picking up people on the wire. And for me, I'm not going to lie. I stopped doing trades with people because the leagues I was in, people would trade with me. I would wind up at the bottom of the damn league while they were winning. I'm not trading with y'all no more. They said, why not? It's better for the league. It's going to make it more competitive. I said, no, it's going to make you win.
Yeah.
I've been doing this shit for 4 seasons. I've been doing this for 4 seasons with you jackasses.
I'm taking my ball and going home.
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I pay my money, and then you want to pull all my players. If I give you my number 1 player by myself, that's different. But y'all are actually like, I'm not going to trade you this person unless you give me that person. I'm not dealing with y'all. I'm going to start my own league. Roll Tide. Anyway,
you say Roll Tide?
Yes, Roll Tide. I'm Alabama, man. Yeah.
Okay.
I lived down there for about 20 years, and I just got to admit it. Still, Evan Ingram. Tim just brought him up a minute ago. Tim, go for yours on this one, please, sir.
I think I wouldn't be afraid to start Ingram in this. And, the games that I saw, they usually try to get him the ball. And he's fast. He's a matchup nightmare. And I think I wouldn't be afraid to start him. And I know you were talking about the Tennessee defense being pretty good.
Yes.
But I still think at the same time, Trevor Lawrence has a way of he didn't fare well against who was that, the Chiefs last week or week before last. He had a tough game.
That's the AFC playing stuff.
Yeah, he had a tough game, but he's usually pretty good against pressure under most circumstances. And Evan Ingram, I wouldn't be afraid to start him myself.
I like that. I actually respect the fact that you did like I did. I don't give a damn what y'all think. I'm going to start his ass.
Okay. There you go. There you have it.
What we got here?
What's this?
Fantasy football sleepers for week 11. Okay, let me get to that afterwards. Let me finish the positions first. Appreciate that.
I'm trying to be respectful. Go ahead.
No, you're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Okay.
He ain't cutting up the Buccaneers against the 49ers. I wouldn't start him. You almost have to. But Jesus. Okay, as far as tight ends, fantasy football, everybody's already drafted everybody. Yeah, go ahead and grab him. He's been on the road, but then he ran into a buzzsaw. That is the Titans defense against tight ends.
Not against San Francisco.
Did we just talk about that, Tim?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did we just talk about that? He caught just 10 passes, 2 passes, 10 yards. Now he faced the 49ers, who allowed the second fewest yards and only 1 touchdown to tight ends. Period. I already said it. Y'all play the 49ers if you want to. Gerald Everett. I hate to say this. Gerald Everett is a decent tight end, but he's an older tight end. He's on the Chargers. They are on the rise. I want to see him get a ring with them. He's one of those legacy Chargers. He really is.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's spotty too. It's one of those, but I think they have some players that are hurt, so the options aren't as vast as they were before. Because if Allen is playing, he's going to get the targets, the majority, and there are a couple of tight ends that may get the ball with the Chargers. So it's similar to Kansas City. You don't know who's going to get it outside of Keenan Allen or the running back.
Now, let's look at this properly. It's the Chargers going up against the Packers. Here's the problem, and it's actually in the narrative. He only gets a few routes.
Mm-hmm.
He only got 2 targets. He only got targeted twice. He's just on the field.
Did he even play last week against Detroit? Because I have 0 across the board with his.
They got it right here. They got it right here. 17 routes, 2 targets, no passes, and he put up a donut, which means he dropped the pass.
Yeah, I'm showing 0. So they got 0 projections for this guy. So
And
I was.
routes, he gets no yards. I've actually drafted him. I pulled him off the waiver wire one year when my tight ends were low. He gets no numbers. He I think he might have had 3 good games in the past 4 seasons.
Gotcha.
He'll catch 1 touchdown. He'll catch a touchdown today just because of this. Because everyone.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, that's usually the case. You're talking about him. He's going to do the complete opposite. Yeah.
It's like that NFL fantasy segment they used to do that helps no one when they have these random players no one knows about catching touchdowns.
Exactly. Yeah. Tanner Hudson of the Bengals and the Ravens. I don't even know who the hell this guy is. Hudson saw a more run last week. He finished 6 catches for 33 yards and is now top 8 fantasy points in each of his last 2 games. Uptick in working production is a productive offense. Might have you considering a stream this week with Higgins sideline once again. However, I would recommend against playing him. The Ravens have allowed the 6th fewest yards, only 1 touchdown in the 4th.
Yeah, I think he gets utilized as a blocker. He's projected at 2.9. That's very, very low.
Mind you, this was Thursday night's game, was it not?
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, it was Thursday night. So
did he get any numbers? That's my question.
Yeah.
I don't think so. We still don't know who he is. Because the game has been played and we don't.
Yeah, game's played. Yeah, I don't remember seeing it. I watched the whole game too.
I was damn near going to bed the end of that.
I don't recall the guy.
Those are your tight end recommendations for week 11, 2023 season, of course, NFL.com. I'm going to kickers. Mike, you had a segment.
Hey, they were a factor last week, Tony. We're talking about that. They were a major factor in the 5 of the wins on Sunday.
11 fantasy football sleepers for week 11. Jackson Smith, Jigba, we talked about him. Matthew Stafford's name has not come up yet.
He's back this week.
Actually, his name did come up because he got a hurt thumb, correct?
Yes, he did hurt his thumb, but I think he's back this week.
His name did come up. Royce Freeman's name did not come up. Mike, anything you got on Royce Freeman?
No. The name on here I love is the last name Spears.
Yes.
That phenomenally explosive. Great wheels. Someone that I had not noticed until a couple weeks ago, and like crazy fast, elusive. There are so many good players now. It's impossible to keep up. Mm-hmm. And every team is so deep. You just don't know. And yet the red zone, and Tim hasn't really talked about it today, but the red zone for many teams is very difficult to penetrate.
Absolutely.
And that's why it's
we spoke not too long ago. We spoke of red zone. But
it's becoming a kicking game now where you look at some of these teams where 80% of their points are from kicks. It's crazy.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Luke Musgrave, we
And
talked.
all they're trying to do is get close enough so they can kick.
Rondale Moore's name came up with the Kyler Murray narrative. Romeo Dobbs' name I didn't see come up. Tajay Spears' name I didn't see come up. Tyler Conklin, I brought his name up, but vaguely. They got him
A
as
lot
a
of
sleeper this week.
He's
A
been
lot of
getting
people-
some targets here recently.
Really?
hmm
Yeah, and Jordan Love has been
Jordan's
talked
name,
up.
his name came up. Rasheed Rice's name came up. Jaden Reed's
Yeah.
name did not come up. Who is Jaden Reed?
Jaden Reed. Where is Jaden Reed? Jaden Reed is. Hold on.
Mike, you get these names, you don't know who they are. Look at the names. Who's Tajay Spears, Mike? Look that name up for me.
I already did. I told you I've been watching phenomenal plays with him. He's like so fast. Like
Who's
I wish we could play the back. I think it's the Texans, but I'm not sure.
So just Jaden Reed plays for Green Bay, wide receiver.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's a sleeper this week?
Jaden Reed, wide receiver. So in my league, he had 16.9 points last week, 7.8 the week before, and 10 the week before that,
Gotcha.
9. So he's
Close to 10 points a game.
yep.
That's worth drafting off the rip. Appreciate that input, Mike. Let me get these out the way. Kickers. Ladies and gentlemen, when you get kickers, you want the kickers to go along with the defenses you've been speaking on or the defenses that you like because the special teams and the defenses all go together. This should be quick. Jake Elliott of the Eagles, you damn right I'm a starter. Any questions?
No.
Mike?
There's a shortage of good kickers right now.
You did bring
There
it
is
up.
Yes.
Start them. Against the Chiefs? Absolutely. Dustin Hopkins of the Browns, you got to start your kickers. Start the Browns kickers. And I'm quite sure the Steelers kickers are going to come up because they don't get any touchdowns. They're going to get to the other side of the field to get a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that about this game. Even though it was low scoring, let me say that both sides will see the other side of the field to get the field goal range. Off the rip. Matt Prater of the Cardinals. So you damn right you start Matt Prater. Matt Prater been around too damn long. Stop it.
Right.
Too damn long. Used to be a kicker for the Lions. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Nick Folk, Texans, been around too long. Even against the Jaguars. Now, Titans defense has been spoken about a lot today. If the defense is just as strong as everybody is saying, you want to start Nick Folk. You want to put Nick Folk and the Titans defense on your roster together today. If you got him.
Mm.
And Nick Folk been around. He's been with the Cowboys. He's been with the Jets. Now he's with the Titans. I forgot who else he was with.
Patriots.
Patriots. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Sit him. Sit Jason Myers of the Seahawks against the Rams. That's only because they're going against the Rams. That's kind of Jason Myers. I got him as one of my best kickers.
He's a good kicker, and it's like it goes back to what you said. Are they moving the ball to get it to the other side of the field?
Exactly. He was
the opportunities.
moving downfield. I see you, Golf Hawk. Y'all, you know what? And I'm gonna leave it right there for you too. The Bears will upset the Lions. You heard, and the Cardinals will beat the Texans. I can see the Cardinals beat the Texans. The Bears upset the Lions. Yes. Chase McLaughlin of the Bucks with the 49ers. This is going to be tricky to me. You have to – yeah, I'd sit him. I'd sit him. Brandon Aubrey, the Cowboys, I wouldn't sit him. Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
I mean, he'll probably get 6 just from the extra points.
Exactly. There ain't no way. Plus, this week could be a bit like last week where the Cowboys keep punching in touchdowns. Always okay. They're talking about the field goal chances. I got that. And that's where you're at, Tim. The extra points.
Yeah.
Extra points. Yeah. Sit the Steelers kicker against the Browns. You know what? I wouldn't. I have to see both kickers getting field goals.
In that game, definitely. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my only stink about it. Ladies and gentlemen, those are your kicker recommendations. Week 11, 2020 season. Of course, NFL.com. We are going to skip defense. We have been talking about defenses. Now, Bad first, go for it.
What do you want from me? What are we talking about? Kickers still, or are we going defense?
You've been trying to contribute and talk about some all damn broadcast. Now you don't know what to talk about.
No, because I've got multiple things in here right now.
Now you don't know what the hell to talk
You're sending multiple things. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
about. Your football
The
segment.
last one is probably the most important to talk about.
Okay, go for it.
No, I'm just saying that the Raiders have good kicking, which shocks me.
Well, they move downfield. Let's look at that properly. The Raiders move the ball. The Raiders get downfield. As much as they lose the games, you got to watch the games. And I'm skeptical on some teams, and I don't know a lot about other teams. I can't see their games. I'll catch a highlight here and there, but you want to see the games. The Raiders move the ball. They'll get to the end zone. They just won't win the damn games.
Yeah.
They play regular football. So most people don't have a problem drafting a lot of their players because you know they're going to move the ball downfield. You know they'll get a touchdown here and there. Somebody's going to have a breakout performance. But people are also looking at the victories and the losses as you rate the team. When I would talk about the Jets a lot, even over the past 3 or 4 seasons, I saw their defense being pretty good. Matter of fact, I think it was last season or the season before. They went into overtime with the Titans, and it was a damn good game. They did not have a good record, but they had a damn good game against the Titans. It was actually very inspiring to me as a fan, somebody who's out of state watching. I'm like, okay, we're going to ignore the record because I can see how they're playing football. And when you talk to a lot of fans will know their team better than the record, better than the highlights, and better than everybody who's giving stats who are talking against them. If you watch a game, you don't give a damn what nobody says about it. That's why, even though I told you earlier, actually I was telling Rich, I like Alabama, but I respect Auburn because I've seen Auburn play football. They play ground and pound football. It's not a lot about the highlights. It's about the competition, the sport.
And Tim, I don't know if you heard Auburn. They were upset yesterday by New Mexico.
I saw that. Yeah, they got pounded yesterday.
New Mexico State.
Wow.
And they were 25.5.
Yeah, New Mexico State. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big money. If you were 25.5 point underdog and you win like that, that's a big money.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll be in their head next week and they kind of stay in that head space.
Absolutely. So my thing, Mike, I would tell you, matter of fact, I forgot what the hell I was. Oh, yeah, the Raiders. The Raiders get numbers. They just don't win. People looking at the record, watch the game, watch the performance. With fantasy football, the record, the final score record, isn't what people are looking at. We're looking at the players, how they move downfield, everybody in each position, and then how they play along with the team.
They seem happier since they've made the changes. You have to admit that. The team seems more unified.
I will say this.
Am I allowed to go in any direction here? This
Yeah,
is what I'm
go.
We're good? Okay.
Yeah.
So I put it in here so you know what I'm kind of talking about on the bottom here.
I still have a hard time figuring out
all right.
Even though you showed me, but go ahead.
So what I want to do is basically just talk about Myles Garrett in comparison to TJ Watt. Who do you think is the better player right now?
Right now?
Right now, this week, because it's a matchup.
I might go with Myles Garrett because he's a bit more aggressive. I might go with it. TJ Watt is actually, no disrespect, running off of the name of his brother.
Well,
if you look at the stats,
I think he has his own good stats, though, Tony.
He's got 10.5.
He's still behind his brother.
I think he holds his own, though.
He does hold his own, but what are people seeing?
I'm just doing the Tony D dance.
His brother was real big. Everybody remembers his brother. Now he's got a hold.
I totally disagree with Tony right now. Fine. I think he's made a name for himself. I think you're being disrespectful.
No, he's just one of the it's just like the Kelsey's.
Do you
know how hard it is to get a sack, guys? It is not easy in this league. And if you get 10.5, that is massive.
In a season?
Yeah. No. I mean, this far along.
Yeah.
Coming into week 11.
In a season, I would say yes. Even in your career, I kind of give you that. The plays aren't designed for you to start. The plays are designed for the team to come through. That's why it's so hard. And I'll say it like that on purpose. If you're a linebacker and you get a sack, first of all, linebackers are supposed to be going after the quarterback like that. You're going after whoever gets past the line. You're not supposed to get any sacks.
I can tell you don't like talking about defense. So, okay, let's I can tell.
Well, Hunter from Minnesota, he has 11 along with Garnett. Garnett from Cleveland, so that that could be a factor. And then T.J. Watt, he comes in third with 10.5.
And T.J. Watt's doing good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when he first came in, what's the first thing he said? That's his brother.
Yeah.
Tony, would you be happier if we talked about Tyreek Hill instead? Would that bring you more joy?
No, it's going to bring you joy. I gave you the floor.
You gave me the floor.
I gave you the floor.
All right.
I'm about to sweep it. Go ahead.
I felt that. I felt the sweeper coming on. I did. So you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The numbers are on the bottom there again. Okay. There you go. So Tyreek Hill, right?
Not being funny. Can you put this on the screen?
No, because I don't have rights to do that.
You don't have to have rights. You do it down there.
You just present it in the present, and then
it's not coming. It's not coming. Oh, I know why.
Did we tell them this 2 weeks ago, Rich? Did we tell them this?
I think so. Yeah.
No, you know what it is. No, you know what it is? For those who don't understand, I'm on Firefox right now.
Yes.
As a secondary. It won't receive Firefox. It'll only receive Chromebook.
Wait, we got a question in the chat.
Chrome.
Give me 1 second, please, sir. Few start, sit, full PPR question. Start one flex. Hollywood or McBride. Now, this came up before. I think I'm going to take McBride for him this week. Start one running back, one flex.
Oh, so
Waddle at the flex.
I'm putting A-Chain in myself.
Yeah, we took Connor before. We're going to take A-Chain because he's back. So your running back is going to be A-Chain. Your flex is going to be Waddle. One quarterback, one running back, one flex. Stroud Fields, Connor Ford, Singletary, Waddle. Quarterback, Stroud. Running back, Singletary. Flex, Waddle. I'll roll with that.
Oh, go ahead. Were you about to say something, Rich?
No. Go ahead.
I think I would put Connor as the flex myself.
What do they mean by flex, though, Tim?
Flex is a position, wide receiver, running back, or tight end. Any one of them can be in that position.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're more okay. Gotcha.
It's like his utility.
And so I would go with Connor as the flex because the running backs they're going to get the ball, and of course, when you got a good receiver on the field, they're going to get opportunities, but not as many or as frequently as the running back will. And then when you get down in the red zone, goal line, they're giving the ball to Connor, and he's known to get those short yardage touchdowns. So that's why I would go with him.
Okay, yeah.
And you got Tyreek Hill out there, A-Chain back, so that's going to muddy the water for Waddle a little bit, I think.
I still think Waddle will get at least 10.
He probably will.
Yeah, even with everybody back. That's why I threw it out there. So, Dylan, I appreciate that. I'm good with that, actually. Golf Hawk says Travis is hugely distracted. He's in love in the situation.
I don't think he's that distracted.
You know what, Golf Hawk? Travis Kelce already has 2 rings. I don't think he gives a damn as long as he's still in the field because he can still play.
That's my feelings.
He's got 2 Super Bowls already under his belt. He don't give a damn.
Yeah.
That's just me, though. Panzer Beast for hilarious. Man, we just acting up. Don't mind.
I agree with Connor. Yeah.
Mike, what you got here?
Well, this is what you wanted, and I just had to go to a Chrome instead. So you can't. For those who don't know what we're using right here, we're using Restream, which is 50% off this week if you are part of Black Friday. The sales are on right now.
Rich, do something with this dude, man.
I don't know. He's been saying. I'm starting to wonder if he's getting some kickbacks from Restream by mentioning. He's mentioned.
I never.
It's just like a regular commercial and stuff like that.
I never told you everything on Habs. Why should I tell you everything here?
No. You go press on. Okay, so what are we looking at?
We're looking at Tyreek Hill because our fearless host does not like talking about defense. So
try me.
Tyreek Hill is at 1,076. Is that impressive, folks?
Already, yes.
Or is A.J. Brown more impressive at 1,005? Or C.D. Lamb, who's supposed to be the next Messiah?
I think both of them are impressive. And C.D. Lamb, I want to see C.D. Lamb break 1,000. If he breaks 1,600 yards, which I don't think he'll do.
And look at we have Winey there. Winey's there too, Stefan.
He said Winey.
I think with CD, it was just a matter of maturity for him. He had to grow up and mature and become a professional because there were people saying he wasn't a true number one. And I would see him pouting at times last year, and he grew out of that, I believe.
I can't debate you on that because his rookie season they tried to make him a man. He was dropping the ball.
Yeah.
I can't argue that.
Yeah.
And I looked at him long range. I could see him being there and being the man. But I also see time catching up now. This might be his best season.
Mm-hmm.
This
Oh,
might
yeah.
be his best season right now. He's looking real good this season. He's looking real comfortable.
They're committed to him too. They're committed to getting him the ball, but I mean, it's producing results, and he gets open. So
yes, they drafted.
how can they not
say that? Who does not want to be a Dallas Cowboy once you get there?
Right.
Who does not want to be a Dallas Cowboy?
America's team.
Randy Moss said he had a big personal problem against Dallas for not drafting him in the first place.
So as we look here, you can see we have some of the other receivers. You can see where this is sad. What happened with him? He got injured. He would have been rookie of the year, I think, or had a chance.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to go back and look at my roster because you all keep saying Puka got injured.
Yeah, he got injured. Tyreek Hill's up there, AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Keenan Allen, Stephon Diggs, Jamar Chase. Hang on, hold on, Mike. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Yeah, he should be up there. He got hurt.
But this is what I like is when we have it in front of us here and we can see it and it's concise and it's free flowing. It makes me happy.
Scroll down a little bit, please.
Sure. Who's this guy?
I know who that is.
I like him.
You know what's bothering me?
Who's this guy? He's not very happy right now.
How far down Devontae Smith is.
We never talk about him. Chris. Never.
The Slim Reaper.
He is not up here, and that's mind blowing.
Why do we not talk about him?
Because AJ Brown, Jalen Hurts.
Oh my God, the Messiah is here. The real Messiah.
Y'all do this on purpose. Y'all do this on purpose. I already know this.
Mr. Button Pusher. There he is, the man.
I do this on purpose.
Hi, Mike.
Hey, did you miss me? That's
Ted.
all.
Ted, hello.
Tim, Rich.
How's it going, sir?
What's going on?
Ted comes in, flashing New York Jets tight end. Conklin.
Hey. How you guys doing?
We're good, man.
Fantastic.
Look at this. This is all received. You could do a show just on this, guys. Look at this. We were talking about Metcalf the other day, and I said he would be great as a secondary receiver now. He's getting old. God, is he ripped, though. That guy's built.
Well, no, I don't think he isn't old yet because he's only been there, 4 years?
How old is he?
I think this is his fourth season, it seems like.
Maybe 26, 27, DK?
Yeah. He's this is prime.
He's got a lot of miles.
Now?
He's got a lot of miles on him.
Mike, he's a wide receiver too?
Yeah.
Really?
No, I think he should be on a better team.
I mean, but WR2, or are you still saying WR1?
Oh, where he is, he's a 1 for sure. But he would be better off. Like, if he wants to get the ring, I think he should be okay with being a 2.
Okay.
You know, like, imagine him with the Chiefs. I've been saying that for weeks.
They don't need it anymore.
Oh, God, man. They don't have any really gritty... Like, I was hoping they were going to get Evans. That would have been a match made in heaven.
But why?
Because they need more muscle. They have a bunch of little guys. They do. I'm sorry. That's my opinion.
The smaller receivers are making they're on the rise again. If you notice, a lot of the big name receivers that are showing up, they have smaller frames. So we went through that period, 15, 20 years, it seemed like everybody was trying to get the 6'3", 6'4" receiver.
Yes.
And they're going back to that Mark Duper style receiver.
Why? Because they're faster?
I guess that's just what's available.
It's a check down league.
Yeah. They're throwing the ball and it's having that quickness that they need that you don't necessarily get from the bigger receivers, not on the same level. But I've noticed that, they've gotten smaller. Zay Flowers, Addison,
Yeah.
a lot of the guys, yes,
Amon Ross St. Brown. Yes.
Amon Ra, yeah. I always miss that second syllable. Amon Ra.
Yeah, go back to the other side. Remember it. Yeah, go to the other side real quick.
So he's 25.
25.
25, and yeah.
So, Mike,
he
are
came
you
in
saying
with
he's an
AJ
old
Brown.
25?
I think he's looking like he's been beat up. I'm sorry, to me. I could be, that there's another guy that used to be a back, and he still plays. And every time we bring up his name, and he used to be with the Dallas Cowboys, and people say Ezekiel. I think his name is Ezekiel or something, and they say horrible things about him. Horrible, in this room, and then I just shed a tear and I move on. I just,
Rich would never say
Zeke has
anything
miles on
horrible about Ezekiel Elliott.
He
I only
has
bring
some
his name
miles
up.
on him. That's for sure, because they
And-
ran Zeke.
How old is he?
Zeke?
Yeah.
Zeke, I don't even
Zeke
see-
is
I don't
about
think
27.
Yeah, he ain't even
27, yeah.
yet.
He's in his late
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah, I think Zeke is probably, he came out, he's probably 20. I think he's probably 28 because he's been there, 8 years now?
Well, he's with the Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the league.
But if you guys look at Dobbs, okay, we're going to go back to Dobbs. Dobbs is barely played.
Be right back. Go ahead.
He's barely played his whole career. I think this is year 6 for him, and he is finally getting a start. So he is fresh only because he hasn't been beaten up.
Agreed.
And every year, you got to remember, these guys go through car crashes every day.
You're right.
Zeke Elliott's 28, and his current contract is worth $3 million.
That's a good contract.
So
For
now
1
that
year,
Tony's
1 year for
That's
$3
a
million.
good contract.
So now
I'll
that
take it.
Tony's gone, we can talk about the things we like. Hi, Tony. Bye. Okay. So if you look here, can you see where the arrow is here?
McCaffrey.
Okay. He is young. He's already starting to acquire miles on him.
Yes.
He
Okay.
came
Because
into the
of
league with miles on him.
Yes.
It's just utilization for someone
Yes.
like a McCaffrey. I mean, we think about like a Marshall Faulk, those type of players that were two-way. They didn't stay too long at that level.
Derrick Henry does not look the same to me as well. He's still great. I'm not being disrespectful, but he seems to be a step slower than he was before. Or the league is better. I haven't quite figured it out. I love Zach Moss, by the way. Love him.
I remember we were talking with, I think, Fireman Rich on a broadcast, maybe early part of Bell Kings, and we were talking about the fact that the amount of the high utilization for Derrick Henry back when he was in high school, it's been heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is what you get when someone, he's 30 years old now, and he's looking for that next contract.
Ted, how many concussions has that guy had?
Derrick
Right?
Henry?
That would be an interesting stat on the players. How many concussions have you had?
And how many do they not report? Especially
Damaged goods.
That's the
Go ahead,
important one. The important part, Mike, the amount that they report versus what they really had.
right.
Yeah.
See, when I look at Swift, he doesn't seem as tired to me as the others.
Mm-hmm.
And yet this guy blows my mind. He's been in the league forever. He's 31 years old, and he's still one of the fastest backs. How the hell is that the case? Oh, we can't show any stuff in the background. Sorry, Tony. Sorry, Tony.
Roger Goodell is going to come looking for you, Tony.
You're coming, buddy.
These instructions don't make any sense. No, just come here.
Now everybody
Hey.
disrespects this guy. Here we go.
Look.
Every week we all I hear is horrible things about him.
Well, I think
And
it's
yet-
the team. He might be the team that he's on too.
But look at his yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I suggested to start him last week.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, Tim. Yeah.
So did I. And all I got was this wave of negativity. It was just
Where?
so and I'm shocked that Tua is still playing because he's usually brittle, right?
Yeah,
He's been beat
you're
up.
right.
He's been beat up.
Because
You're
on the
right.
box.
I honestly was hoping he would have just stopped playing myself, but I mean, he's a warrior, and I mean they know it's a dangerous sport, and I don't know. It just seems really risky, but hey,
Is Tony back?
Tim,
Tony, one of the
Yes.
greatest practices is when you leave your mic, you turn it off.
One of the better
Tim,
practices.
he
is-
wants that next contract.
oh yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So he's
'Cause
not
that
going to stop.
50, that 50 will only go so far, with the
Yes.
family
He
that
wants
he
the
has.
next contract, and then he'll check out.
Yep. Got to get
Anywho.
that second one.
Ted, your thoughts on last week? Anything you want to cover before we get to Richard showing our numbers?
No, nothing at all. With the Jets are who we thought they were. You get all excited. And you're sitting here, and they are who we think they are today against the Bills. Even though the Bills were getting slandered on most of the sports talk shows and everything else like that. The Bills are going to beat the Jets today. I think what's the thing? The Jets defense will harass Josh Allen, but he's going to pull it out because they're at home. That's the only thing. I yield my mic.
Nah, you good. Cool. Go ahead, Rich. What you got here? Rich.
Who's the Michael guy who won?
Rich,
Rich, you
you're on
might be
mute.
on. Rich, you might be on mute.
Rich, you're on mute.
Who's that Michael guy? Okay,
Rich,
that's,
you're on mute. Wait a minute.
Rich.
Rich,
Okay.
you're on mute.
I'm getting used to this
Oh,
mute button.
Rich and creamy.
No,
Rich.
we're not doing that.
No, but Michael Mathers, the weekly, I'm still going to try and play catch up on going back and bringing you up in the overall, Mike. But he did it in as far as 10 winners. That's fantastic. Tony was right behind him there with 8, and CBS is right there. And then Tim Fan came up and Ted doing the 500 bet. Yeah, I think if you do 500 and better, that's good. And Brian, myself, I finished dead last. I was atrocious. It's just like, but the thing is, I would take 1 win and 13 losses if the Bills won last week, as far as that goes. But the overall, we get to that one here in a sec. We'll move that up. There's the overall. I'm still sitting in first though. Okay, but not too far behind is CBS with Ted coming up behind. Ted, Brian, and Tony are right there, and Tim Fan 40, who's out there, big Chicago fan, but he's going against the Chicago team. He picked the other team, whoever Chicago's playing. I forgot who they're playing. This is real interest. We're getting close here. I have to have a good week this week if I'm going to be ahead of you guys. If not, if I take another dive like I did last week, you guys are going to be taking over. So
Gotcha.
There we have it.
Gotcha. Appreciate that, man. Final thoughts, gentlemen. Anybody? All of them. Bring it.
So who's the number 1 scorer in the league?
Oh, for the Bell King Fantasy.
Who's got the most points in the league? I would
Bell
never
Kings
get
or NFL? Bell Kings or
NFL. Just
Oh,
NFL.
NFL.
I don't know.
Team wise?
Yeah. Do you want a hint? Anybody want a hint? Because I don't think you'll get it.
You
Because
said
I
the
wouldn't.
most.
Texas?
So you're saying
The
just
number 1 points.
So
Scored.
the
Texas.
highest scoring team
Scored.
in the league.
See, starting to see the trickery in it. Trickery.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I'm trying to see if you're talking about the Cowboys or not.
Yes, I am. You're getting
Yeah.
warmer, and he's getting on his good
Really?
foot. And he's getting on his good foot.
They don't have the most points in the NFL, do they?
No, one person.
Philly.
One person.
Philly.
Oh, one person. One
One
person.
Oh,
person.
person.
CJ
Person.
Stroud. Probably.
Maybe
No.
I charged this.
Number 88
Put-
on the Cowboys.
Put it on the screen, folks.
Brent Aubrey. Brett Aubrey.
There you go.
Yep, Aubrey. Brandon.
Who-
Yeah, Brandon.
Who would have thought that? Not
I
I
me.
Never.
did. I did
Oh,
because
wow.
the Cowboys
Right here, number
scored
one.
so-
Number two. This guy named Jake.
I
Cutler.
plugged up.
Oh, Elliott. Oh yeah.
Plug it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it makes sense to me because the Cowboys score so much, whether they're scoring touchdowns or field goals, he has to contribute.
That's a lot. 83 points, guys.
And it made sense because I thought about the kid from Alabama, the kicker.
Mhm.
So he's probably going to be the highest scoring player in college football
Yeah.
for a career.
And this guy blows my mind. 78 points, and he's 31 years old. He defies logic.
Wow.
Right? He does. Think about it. He defies logic, and he's still one of the fastest players on the field. Unbelievable.
I noticed you, Mike, you are really locked in on this age thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you said it, Tim, and not me. It is.
I was thinking last week. I hope you don't have to do any interviews because I don't want you to get sued asking people if they really want to.
He wants to get sued.
Age.
He wants to get sued. He wants to get sued.
Good point.
Are you too old to do this now?
Wow. Can I just ask a question?
Are you feeling lightheaded? Are you dizzy?
I'm checking my rosters as y'all talking. So
Do you need a nap? Okay.
If I could just go back to there was a comment there as far as from Golf.
go ahead, Rich. God damn it.
Golf Hawk. He says, where was that? He's saying the Bears will upset the Lions. You heard it. The Cardinals beat the Texans. I'm not sure that's going to happen. That could happen, but I'm going to disagree with it respectfully. But on the CBS side, for the Week 11, the NFL picks their Browns will handle Steelers without Watson. And here's the big one for me. This gives me a little bit of hope. Bills get back on track versus Jets. I don't know.
They supposed to.
So
Nobody
we'll
has faith
see.
in the Jets. Nobody has faith in the Jets right now. Nobody does. That's
Well,
what
I'm just
saying.
saying
No,
the
they
Jets.
can't score a touchdown.
Well,
They can't
unless they
score a
get the
touchdown.
turnovers, Ted. Unless they get the if they get the turnovers like they haven't get past games that they've won, they'll win the game. They'll
Ted.
take advantage of that. I think.
Can I ask Ted a question?
Horrible.
Ted,
Yes, sir.
do you think the New York teams are jinxed or cursed?
No, I don't think so.
No. Are you in the bitter barn when it comes to, the Jets?
Oh wow, there's a good comment from Golf about Dobbs. We just we're googling that over Dobbs there earlier.
There's a
I'll use
reason.
that term again, Michael. But that's a good.
Oh, okay, Golf Hawk. No, I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter.
We're going to see. We're going to see. And based on the duration of how long he's been in the league, I see where he's coming from.
I
That's why I
think
said-
I think he's a late bloomer. What does everybody else think?
I was going to say, and that
haven't
that
seen
ties
enough of
into. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I just said haven't seen enough of him.
Oh, the last two games though, he's. That's all I need to see.
Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, I was just mentioning the fact that he's been a journeyman all this time. It makes it easier because going into a different offense and a different system, he gets to make things up. So I think it would be a struggle to lock him in as a full-time starter long term for a team at this point because he's been around long enough to be able to do that. And even with Geno Smith, he's he moved, but he didn't bounce around that much, and he was on the bench the majority of the time. So Dobbs had opportunities to play. I think he played more than Geno did once Geno stopped starting, I believe.
Okay.
Can can I ask
Of
one question?
course.
Would you guys start Kyler Murray versus the Texans or Tua against the Raiders? That's my dilemma today.
Ooh,
Good
What
question.
do you think, Tony?
One more time.
Kyler Murray versus the Raiders, or no, excuse me, Kyler Murray versus the Texans D, or Tua against the Raiders D.
2 against the Raiders.
Okay,
Sounds like someone's
thank you.
got a washer on or a fan. I'm not.
That's me.
I haven't- Okay.
That's me.
Okay, cool.
We gonna wrap this up, Tony?
Yeah, I'm ready when y'all are. I'm trying to let y'all have it. I'm done. I got everything in, so go for yours.
Okay. Can
Oh,
we?
we got a logo up there, Belt. Where'd we get this from, Tony?
That is complimentary of Ted Hicks and LateNightParents.com, ladies and gentlemen. We found
Oh, that's nice.
Ted gave me some logos. I was waiting on another one from Smoke. Into the league in these ways.
So Ted, how do I get my free logo? How does that work?
That is cool.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'll send you the link. I'll send you the link for it.
Yeah. Okay. Within
Yeah,
this life,
I'll send you
within
the
this
link
life,
for it.
within this lifetime.
Yes, to the shout email address, which I've sent other things to that you never respond back to me. You must have me blocked.
No. Here's the thing. I've never got this free link thing.
It's
It's-
on the big screen, Ted. It looks good. I like it.
It looks good. It's clean.
It is. That very clean. I like
Clean.
that.
Can we get a big image of that, Tony? Is that possible? We can show it to the world and.
I don't know how to put it up there like that. I just got up there as a
Okay.
logo.
All right.
But
Frank Gore.
there was no way I was going to sit up here another week with a picture of Tony, usually
Yes.
to the right of me.
Yes. I like that. So if someone wanted to hire you for your services,
There is no hire. I'll give you the link, and you can create it yourself.
no, that's not what I mean. We love when you do it. He doesn't see where we're going here. You know, let's
see
say
where
someone's out there and they see this and they go, you know what? I could use that, and I have money in my pocket, and I would love to send it to Ted Hicks. How do I do that?
Tony, check the present.
I would say keep your money.
Appreciate it, Rich.
Give me a call. I'll schedule it with you, and that's that.
You got to get with his people.
Hey, quick question, Tony. Do you know what Hawk was mentioning in terms of Frank Gore being an anomaly? Was he saying
As
it's
far as
his
running backs.
durability and time?
Yeah, as far as running backs,
Yeah.
he's got Frank Gore's and I put Adrian Peterson up there too. The only thing that stopped Adrian Peterson was his own personal issues. That man was a monster.
He was. I think Gore. I might go with Gore. Peterson was a monster,
Peterson was a monster.
but
And
Gore
they
seemed to
stopped
keep
him.
all of it in check.
They stopped him.
And Peterson was high performing
Yes,
in his later years,
he was powerful.
longer than Frank Gore.
Yeah, he was powerful performer.
High performing, not like a spot player.
Right, that man was insanity as a running back. He really was.
So before I go, because I got to go soon here. So Tony, as a Canadian, and not ever gone to a game,
Yes,
I've only watched them, and I'm looking at the prices here, and I'm thinking, okay, we've got a huge fluctuation of prices here from team to team. We're looking at like $47 starting, right, all the way down to 19 to a starting price at $219 to watch Pittsburgh and Cleveland, and yet I can go watch the Jets and Buffalo for $60. Like, how do they justify such a difference in fluctuations of price, like $35. So
Ted,
you could go.
Ted, you want to take
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Mike, there's a bunch of things, but if you take a small sample size, look at a Jets home game, look at a Giants home game. They play in the same stadium.
Right.
Quality of team.
It's the market.
It's the overall market, and you really. I mean, I don't want to offend anyone, but
It's the market.
Buffalo is not. Buffalo is like one of the poorest cities in the United States.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's demographic. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
But I'm looking
Yeah.
at but I'm looking at Pittsburgh and Cleveland. They're not thriving cities,
It's the
right?
economy of the area, and it's the money of the fan base. They're going to charge you based on how much they're going to make off everybody.
So they basically pay until it bleeds.
But there's
Yes.
some supply and demand in there as well. Because
Yes.
and just for example, my sister and her husband have season tickets to the Falcons games, and
Okay.
they can pay for their entire year of season tickets by selling the game when the Cowboys come to Atlanta. It pays for everything.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yes.
so
Ah.
that
The
has a lot to do
marketability
with
of
it
the
as well.
team also comes into
Yeah.
play.
Yeah.
So anybody watching this, these free tips you only find here, right
And
here.
the-
And if you need a logo, talk to TEDx.
And the seat location as well. That
yeah.
plays a part. So they
And
have
the
seats
pricing,
in Mercedes-Benz Stadium that you can hit your head on the rafters in the top.
Yes, Lord.
Yep.
I've been there.
Yes.
I was just there on New
So
Year's. Let me tell you something.
so it's like the real estate market. That's basically what you're saying, right? It's
Oh,
like real
totally.
estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Real estate
Totally.
and location or team in this
Demand.
scenario. Yep.
Yeah.
Now, the Atlanta Falcons has a very
So-
large fan base. Don't be fooled. As somebody who's been living in their region for the past 30 years, they have a very large fan base. You're talking about Alabama and Georgia as Atlanta
Right.
Falcons fans.
So
Yeah.
I was sitting.
I need to
I
go,
just want to share
guys.
this.
So I'm gonna.
Oh, Mike, this is for you.
Oh,
Mike,
okay.
this is for you. I was sitting in a second tier of MetLife for a Jet game. That was $150.
Yeah.
I was sitting in the second tier at AT&T Stadium. That ticket was $350. I was sitting in the second tier at Levi Stadium in San Francisco. That ticket was $440.
Wow. What a price difference.
That should explain everything.
That is crazy.
Yep.
It's like real estate again.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the market. It's the market.
It's the market. Thank you guys. I'm gonna split. I've got to walk my dog again.
Now I can end the show.
Huh? You gonna end the show now?
I can end the show because
No.
you leave.
Oh, you get your show back. You get your
Well, I
show
wanted to
back.
be done an hour and a half ago, remember?
Tony say,
Thank you. My gratitude is just for this current moment and living in the present moment.
My gratitude
amongst
is for this
such
current moment
amazing
myself.
individuals, and I'm hoping to get a free, wonderful logo in the future. I feel
my
Christmas
God.
coming around the corner. Feel it. You know what? It's all about the anticipation and the belief. Thank you.
Wait, Mike, before you go, can we do a post-game show tonight? Can we do a post-game show tonight?
I'll try and be available for that.
I thought you'd had enough of me. Look at Tony's face.
Yeah, because he gets pissed off every time I mention
I don't
that
get
at the
pissed.
end
He
of
just-
every
he just-
daytime show.
Popped up last
Well, you
week.
had one last week, right, Ted? That went
Yes.
on. That was pretty good.
Yes.
I watched the replay. That was pretty good as far as going.
Yep.
You guys are more passionate right after, I noticed.
Mike, stop. We love you.
Bye-bye.
We do.
And he
Okay,
leaves like
he's
he
gone.
He does that every damn time. That's what he wants to do. That's exactly what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen,
He
Simply
stirs
Tim,
the pot.
please follow my man Tim Brown. Tim, appreciate you for real. Don't worry about the antics. I appreciate you contributing to the conversation with the input that you have. You've been an asset. I'm glad he brought you here, even though he drives me nuts. Thank you for being here, man. For real. Oh my God. He did it last night too. When he wanted to end it, he just ended it. I was like, that's what he wants to do. Now he's back to his old self. You're welcome.
Cut the cord.
Rich, appreciate
So
you being here. Ted, I appreciate you making it.
making it.
I know what you got going on, though, so I'm just bugging. Ladies and gentlemen, check your rosters. You got 3 minutes before the first game starts. Check all your rosters. I hope the information did help. Appreciate everybody for coming through. That'll be Golf Hawk.
Thank you, Golf. Always good having him in the chat.
Thank you, Golf.
Rehab was here. Even Coach Pooh made an appearance. I'll just be damned. Who else was here? Yeah, that's everybody. Gentlemen, thank you.
We had a few riff rafters there too. Or one.
She does it on the other app too. I will just keep it going. I already know what she is. She I'm gonna get on her. And she knows I'm gonna come look for it. She knows I'm gonna come look for it.
No. Like I said, to me, it's just another joke as far as it's the old troll bit. Troll.
Everybody check your rosters. Enjoy the games. We'll try to be up in here tonight. I got to see how the evening's gonna go. Ted, you already know we probably won't be able to if smoke comes on. I'm not staying up late tonight. I got to work this week.
Oh, you have to work. Yep.
Yeah, I got to work this week. Ted, we'll work tomorrow.
Tony, it's Thanksgiving this week. What are you talking about? It's Thanksgiving. What do you mean by work?
That's how them 6-figure executives sound, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know.
He make up holidays when he wants to.
Yeah, he does.
Stepped into that one, Ted.
It's like,
go enjoy the games. We'll see what we can do later on tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for coming through. Talk to y'all next week. Peace.